Hello, everyone, and welcome back. It's Freaky Friday, and we're here with the actual start of Circle Undone. Last week, we went through all the new starter Investigator decks, and we picked our Investigators. I picked Winifred Habermock, and Steven is playing Stella Clark. Much easier name to say. Anyways, so we picked our Investigators. We're going to be playing straight out of the pack, so we're literally sticking to whatever's in that pack. The one exception I think we're going to make are the tarot cards, which is a thematic piece of this cycle. So I'm going to grab those after we're done when we have experience to use.
Let it be known, remember the Ace of Rods totally saved our bacon last time whenever we... Was that the finale of...
Yes, it was the random
Diabolic Legacy?
And you were like, I feel like this card is going to be important.
It mattered.
And then it was
phenomenal.
Really did matter. So we're going to be playing... Last week we picked our decks and then we did the prologue. I believe that's what that's called. Is it
the prologue,
before?
yeah.
What's the epilogue? Is that what's after?
Yeah.
Nailed it. Anyways, so we did there's a prologue scenario, which is crazy. It sets up this thing. There's a mist and some ethereal forms, and you're shooting at them, and then you're doomed. You know you're gonna lose the scenario.
It's a cool idea. You get to see the thing before the credits roll, before the opening credits.
Yeah, basically. So it's like that the thing that happens in a movie or a show where it's like this thing that happened in the past is what is creating all the drama in the present.
Yeah.
And you're getting to see it, and it's not your characters, but it's like you just get to know that this bad thing happened, which they could have done in like a 1 or 2 page document.
Yeah.
But you get to play it out, and that actually affects the rest of the scenario for the rest
It was
of the
pretty cool. The setup, I think the setup was a little long for what it was, ultimately. But very cool nonetheless. I think it's a nice mechanic, a nice way to think about how to do something interesting with a scenario like that.
And apparently the tone being set, from what people were saying in the chat last week, is basically like, it's going to go bad.
Fog. Okay, so it's an inevitable, lingering...
Yeah, like we know there's this mist that like murdered a bunch of things, and like... It's probably not good for us, whatever that means.
Kind of put in the tea situation, you know?
Yeah, put it in the tea. That's right. So before we dive in, I just want to check in. How's everyone out there doing? We're on Freaky Friday. Worth noting, Steven's leaving me again.
Yeah.
Leaving Steven is going to be your new nickname if you keep going on vacations like this.
You know, it's funny. You put things on the calendar, you know, like a year in advance, and then all of a sudden...
They happen to happen at like the worst time, right?
Yeah, well, always. But... You know, I truly cannot complain. I'm going backpacking in Pariah Canyon, Arizona, maybe some Utah. I can't remember exactly where it's placed.
It's all the same when you're out in the wilderness, dude.
That's right, with my family, my chosen family. So
your in-laws.
I'm very excited about that. Even though it's always very stressful and feels like super rushed to get ready and pack and all of that. Once you actually get out there and get in your first day, it all sinks away and it's great.
And you get to kind of tune it all out. Well, to make you hopefully a little more comfortable, I'll be here still, and I'm
glad. I'll try to catch you from the can. I'll try to see if I can get a signal, you know.
That being said, I wanted to mention next week, I'll be flying solo all week, so if you're bored and want to hang out, it'd be very helpful to me not to be, Stevenless and chatless, so I appreciate everyone being here. Next Friday, still going to be Freaky Friday, and what I'm going to try to pull off, the timing is a little tough because of some production things. Essentially, next Friday is when the Innsmouth Deluxe Box is coming out. We've always hesitated to show Arkham content like as it's coming out because we don't want to do spoilers and whatnot. So what I'm going to do instead is take a look at all of the new Investigator cards that are coming out in the box. Hang out, chat Arkham, do that kind of thing. It won't be a scenario next week, but that'll be a nice little...
You'll give your now expert opinion.
That's right.
Now that you're a champion.
It was either this past campaign or the campaign before where I mentioned something about being the new kid on the block still. And someone in chat was like, I've been buying this game since it came out, and you've already played more than I've played, so you're not new anymore. Like, you're past that point.
We've played a tremendous amount of Arkham. It's been unbelievable.
But if you want a very, what I would consider middle-level amateur perspective on those cards, it really will just be a discussion. I'm just going to be looking at the cards, understanding how they work, giving my opinions and seeing what chat thinks about it, and we'll just hang out and talk about Arkham for a little bit.
Chat will have a lot to say, because there are some cards that, with this specific Investigator, with this specific card that I've been playing in the Survivor build, it's going to be on fire, so it'll be good, because there's so many Investigators, so many abilities, and until you even think you know the breadth of everything that everybody can do, which I still don't, some cards I'll be like, I would never run that, and then it's like, but this Investigator says when this type of card is played, it gets a thing, and then it's like, this is great for this person.
Play that, So and I'll probably, as we're going through, be hinting at least at future. My intent is after we do this campaign, our next campaign, I'll probably use one of the new Investigators in Dream Eaters is the cycle we're going through next, which I'm excited to get to because I don't know, I like that whole idea.
Benny's saying the thing that I hate the most. Asmodeus shipped my Innsmouth yesterday. Who needs a release date? Am I right? I hope they're shipping it with 5 to 6 day shipping. On that note, thank you so much for everybody who's bought these Undone boards from us. I'm using one today. You'll see that when I zoom into the board. Phenomenal response to these. We've been continuously overwhelmed every time we do these kinds of Arkham products. Arkham products in general, everybody is just blowing us up right now, and we could not be more grateful, especially as our store is closed and we are kind of navigating how we move forward over the next who knows how long. That is of tremendous help, and we're glad that we made something that is resonating with you guys. So just thanks to everybody that did that. I know a lot of you are on the stream right now, so we desperately appreciate that.
Absolutely.
In a big way.
And CJ asking, will Innsmouth be out next week? The street date is next Friday, so if you're a Covenant subscriber, you should have already been charged, and it'll be on the way to show up either on release date or as soon as the release date that we can get it to you. Literally.
Or who knows, maybe we'll just ship it right now and just...
Yeah, this is a cool idea for a few things. Romulo says, thanks to you guys, I became a huge Arkham LCG fan. Keep up the good work. The live streams are just amazing. Appreciate that. Glad to have you here. It's a great game, so I feel no guilt in getting into this hobby. Alex saying, they started with Steven building Zach a deck. So maybe Zach should build Steven a deck for the next campaign.
I like that idea.
That's an interesting idea.
Yeah, if you after you do the Innsmouth unboxing, maybe we can figure that out.
Yeah, figure out a deck.
Start, especially because I'm going to be playing an Innsmouth Investigator forever now.
Oh yeah.
So I will take an Innsmouth person into Dream Eaters. So choose one for me and build it.
Maybe literally I'll start at least the concept next week, because we also have.
There you go.
Outside of the cards coming in that box, we also have all the cards in the Investigator starters that we are opening. We're playing some of them here.
Yeah.
That's a ton of new cards.
Tons of cards. Great cards.
Yeah,
See, they're fundies cards.
Something that's kind of fun, interestingly, about this, and we might get into this. I feel like we should get into this with Champions and this a little bit. But basically these crisscross weeks or campaigns where it's like designing a deck for someone versus designing it for yourself, and then just having to live with the consequences of
That's pretty cool.
Like that's actually like if I was building you a Champions deck, that's what I was thinking about. It's like I'm gonna do things you would never do.
Yeah. And
then now you just have to deal with it.
But you also, or is the challenge to do the things that you think I would enjoy?
Absolutely, but also like I'm gonna do them in a way that you probably wouldn't.
Like one-ofs.
But
tons of them.
But just the reality of like,
you might see this every now and again.
You built a Tony Morgan concept.
Yeah.
Old Tony Zeros, and like I loved it. I could build a deck knowing you that I think you would enjoy.
Yeah, build something you'd build and then make it a little worse. But Thomas Morton, I want to answer your question here. Are they still in pre-order? Did something happen in my order? So we had an opening wave of Undone boards that we took orders for. Once those had all been ordered, we switched it to pre-order, and we have more coming in. So the second wave, if you bought into the pre-order, those are not delivered yet. Those are on their way to us, and then they'll ship out to you. You'll get your notification email as normal. But a lot of people had ordered before then, and they already have their boards. So if you see people saying, I already got mine, that's probably just a different wave. That's the first wave, not the second wave.
Answer a few questions, and we'll dive in here. Theophanis asking, any chance we'll see you guys play Game of Thrones LCG 2nd Edition on stream? Odds are high.
We just actually talked about it yesterday.
Ian, how's it going?
Liam?
Saying hiya. No.
Ian Pandit?
That's I feel like is Aiden the designer?
Ian? I don't know.
There's a handle on. Anyways, Liam saying, heads up, I think a scenario got errated to 5 Woods locations and played.
Yeah, let us know.
Juan's asking, what's the book he's reading? So shout out to Chris Hodovec, a local Arkham player who's just a fantastic person.
It's totally illegal.
Yeah,
well, if you don't sell it, it's probably fine, right?
I don't know.
We're very squeamish about it. We don't want to get the lawyers on
These books are somewhere, you can find them on Reddit or something. I don't even know. I literally don't know how to get them except for just go on the internet and search for it. We get this question all the time. It's just all of the campaign documents bound in a book, which is super convenient and easy, so you don't have to keep all those little pieces of paper around.
What's Aaron saying over there?
Aaron Clark, what's happening? He said, hey guys, hope you're doing well. I want to say thanks for creating that Discord. It's so exciting to get to engage in some of Team Covenant's fandom. Hey, thanks for being a part of it. The Discord's been blowing up. If you haven't checked out our Discord yet, I'm going to link to it. I forget that I can't just be like, hey, search for our Discord. Just take the link to in the footer of our website.
Yeah, that's right.
But let me grab a link real quick. If anyone is not on that, you should be. It's really been fantastic seeing everyone blow that up.
Just relax and chat. No vitriol.
It's basically like exactly what happens in the chat here, except for all the time, not when we're live.
Benjamin Anderson saying, my boards came in yesterday. They look amazing. Thank you, Ben, for that. Thanks for letting us know. We're happy to hear that. We've also got Fade saying, hey, I'm a lawyer. These are fine for personal use. That's good.
Great.
We have Carcosa board and Undone tokens soon. Yeah, so we're currently going through manufacturer. We're kind of moving around a little bit. So we're just going to be a little delayed in our restocks, but we'll have all that stuff back in as soon as we can.
Because we're moving.
We're moving. Matthew Knupp said, somebody build Steven a tempo deck, which is a really great inside joke for the stream, so I appreciate that.
That's a deep cut. Is that not a deep cut?
That's
a deep
super
cut.
deep cut, yeah.
I love it.
What's up, Lucas from Brazil? And all the files in the public domain, says Fade. And then that's about it. Terrence saying he might join our Discord. Very cool. Josh has got it. The third bullet point. Put 5 witch-haunted locations into play as follows. In player order, each investigator puts 1 random witch-haunted locations. Okay, cool.
Wow. So that immediately, I know so little about what Circle Undone means. And I know exactly woods and witches. I know the context.
Yeah. Have you seen The Witch?
The Witch?
The movie?
No.
You haven't? You really should.
Is it reminiscent of this?
Yes. It's probably a little bit more harrowing than this is, but I
Timmy's
guess we'll
saying, moving, is there a post about that somewhere? There's not yet, but if you are a local, you'll be hearing about it in the very, very near future.
That's right. Okay, shall we? Scenario 1, the witching hour. You ready, Zach?
Let's witch.
We've got some decisions to make. There's a little choose your own poison.
Which way shall we go?
It's a breezy November evening in Arkham, the perfect night for a walk through Independence Square, or so you thought, up until the moment Anna Castlow offered to tell your fortune. You agreed that you would soon come to regret this decision. For each of the cards the Romani soothsayer draws from her deck, she weaves a tale of despair and misfortune. Judgment, temperance, justice, the hermit, the hanged man, the Hierophant, the lovers, the chariot, the wheel of fortune. To complete her tale, Anna draws the top card and lays it in the center of the formation. Dominating the old worn card is the ominous image of a towering construct of black onyx. A hellish storm rages over the tower, lightning coursing through the dark clouds. It reads, The Tower, 16 in Roman numerals, XVI.
I appreciate the clarification.
Yeah,
that sets the stage.
just so fluent in Roman numerals, it just kind of flowed right off the tongue there. Even if the rest, that was what I was specializing in academic ball, I'll have you know. I was the Roman numeral person.
That's a person?
Also Greek gods.
That is, I remember that.
Yeah.
I was not that person.
Yeah.
I think that was Will on my team.
As it turns out, Zach and I, a little nerdy. Even if the rest of the reading had gone
But also
swimmingly.
cool.
But also cool. Yeah, we're cool. We played sports too. Come on.
In Chelsea, Oklahoma.
The side of the center card would have sent a shiver down your spine. As it stands now, it feels more like the closing of a casket over your body. Uh-oh. You did tell me to give it to you straight, the soothsayer says. She sits cross-legged in front of you, wearing a stony, grim expression. From her unwavering gaze and her cold eyes, you can tell Anna derives no satisfaction from this reading. Simple misfortune is the least of your concerns, she explains. This is a matter of life and death. She motions to the cards surrounding the tower, each of them laid in the reverse position, and stares at them intently. Arrayed against you is everything that you cannot see. You alone stand in their way, she says enigmatically. The lead investigator, who is Zach, must decide. 2 options. What can I do to avoid this fate? Or, this is bull. They actually say it. I'm surprised. A PG game. This is bull butter.
I think, based on what I've read,
It's
actually,
BS.
I think it's a PG-13 game.
Okay.
Like, especially when you get into like demons and devils and
people are pretty
going to hell
lenient
and
about the S word. I'm not going to say it though. Could be kids watching. I can say that.
Indeed. So I want to remind people that I'm playing Winifred. Now I'm going to be in character here.
She's going to think this is BS, right?
So if you look at her stat card, she's not a big brain.
No, not a big brain.
She's fast though.
Not a lot of willpower.
Right. Yeah,
but she's
she
very
might
fast.
Be smart, but she doesn't have a lot of willpower.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna guess, just based on her story that we read last week, she's a pilot, she's a risk taker.
This is nonsense.
Yeah, it's like this is malarkey.
Okay, it's malarkey. Don't tell Joe, old Diamond Joe, about that one. The woman smirks. Yes, in a sense, I suppose it is malarkey, she responds.
Are you gonna replace that word?
Yeah.
Please continue.
I like to sprinkle a little flavor to these.
I never know.
With a single swift motion, she picks up each of the cards displayed before you, save for the tower card, and shuffles them back into the deck. The cards only reveal and advise. They cannot influence or impose. She locks eyes with you, and her smile vanishes from her face. In other words, though your fate is not set in stone. I assure you the danger you face is not malarkey. It is real. Her eyes narrow. It is very real. In your campaign log, record that you have rejected your fate. Add 2 gas mask tokens to the chaos bag for the remainder of the campaign.
I'm gonna have to go get those tokens. I'll be back.
I'll be back.
Also, yeah, a daredevil does not believe in fate.
No, you're ignoring fate. You're daring fate constantly. It's literally the daredevil.
Daring fate because I don't believe it exists.
I thought you were calling me the Avengers on your little.
Avengers assemble.
Okay, so what I'm supposed to write down? I've rejected my fate. We've rejected our fate. That's probably fine. I mean, if it's our fate, you can't reject it, right? Welcome to predestination. That's some interesting philosophical quandaries right there. But if it's our fate, we don't have a say in it. How can we reject it? Don't you see? Okay, we've rejected our fate. Oh, man, those always look so nice. You got them, those are nice. You got a bajillion chaos tokens there.
It's courtesy of my brother.
Mr. Daniel?
Bun. Yeah. Daniel's a big Arkham horror fan.
Studies the Old Testament, plays Arkham Horror.
Basically the same thing.
I mean, you learn a lot of the same lessons, I feel like.
All right, so what do we need? What kind of tokens?
2 gas masks, if you would, please. And then we proceed to page 32.
That's a tablet?
Our fate is sealed, apparently. Silence hangs in the air as you peer into the tower card. The world around you dissolves into emptiness as your eyes fixate on the Onyx Tower. Rolling thunder echoes in the distance. Do you understand now? Anna asks. There is no other sign of the soothsayer, only her strained voice. A bolt of lightning streaks across the sky. Do you see your fate before you, as I do? Another resounding crack of thunder, and you are suddenly awake. Icy rain pelts your body, soaking you through to the bone. You're lying in the mud beside a wooded trail, and there is no other soul in sight. You grab your emergency blanket and wait for help. That's not true.
That's a lie.
But that is what you should do. Gather all cards from the following encounter sets. Icons. I'll be in charge of that. Yeah, can you
take
hold
my
for me?
official role.
Why, thank you. Okay, we've got the witching
you said Wheel of
hour.
Fortune earlier, right? That's Jeopardy. What's the Wheel of Fortune song? Wheel of
Fortune. Yeah, that's it.
That's not the song.
I
There's
got.
a song
That's
before
the
it.
only one I know. When gathering the devourer below, when gathering the set the. I wish they would just replace the words with the symbols. I don't. How do you connect this symbol with what the set is? How do you do that? It's not possible. It doesn't say it anymore on the card. I feel like I'm in an episode of Seinfeld. Okay, moon.
That's literally 2020 in my mind.
Upside down infinity sign with a tower coming out of it. That
That's
one.
what you see there?
Yeah.
See, I see
Exactly.
a robin mask with an antenna on the top of it.
Earth to Robin. I need better reception.
And then a
Falling
pirate
roach.
ship.
I suppose that's a gargoyle on a stoop.
Building? Doesn't it kind of look like a boat though? Look, if you turn it like this.
Yeah, it does. You're right, it does. Hey, I saw the Innsmouth preview, and you're going to be in a boat traveling to different locations. Sign me
Sold.
up! Oh my gosh,
It's kind of like taking the
going
railway
to
and
die with joy from that set.
in that Carcosa or something.
Okay, now we're going to the OG. We've got the pendant thing, the triple triangle, and the tentacle devourer below.
Oh, is this thing that I always thought was like a flower? Is that actually like a circle of people worshiping something with their hands around, and the legs going down? I bet that's what that is.
If we could find out the name of it, maybe we'd know.
We also got goats and whirlwinds in here.
Yeah, you gotta watch out for goats.
Hey, you got a lot of fans in the chat saying they agree with you on this.
Oh, good. Yeah,
About the
thanks.
symbols. Yeah,
Good.
people
Yeah.
appreciate that viewpoint.
Well, we're just here to tell it straight.
What up, Tim from Virginia?
Okay, wait, it said specifically. I'm going to guess Devourer below is literally the tentacles coming from below. Only gather the 6 Arkham Woods locations. Well, there they are.
So,
Probably we only do 5. We only do 5.
I know
Any other cards, okay?
in my return to boxes that I have, which I don't think they've done Circle Undone yet,
Mm-hmm.
they have the little card dividers that have the names and the symbol.
That'd be handy.
That would be really handy because these would all be divided as you'd expect.
Gather all cards from these sets, set them aside. Okay, so we also need to get goats. Oof.
Kev saying, fate rejected, ... There goes the chaos bag.
I don't like goats. Very strange animals. I always feel like I'm about to get...
PMK, this is a great comment. You ready for
over.
this? He says, I've been binging so many Team Covenant videos lately, I forgot this was live.
That's awesome. We're saying your name. It's all an illusion. It's all a simulation.
Wow, that sounds amazing. Tim says the sky is up because I'm on the porch having a cigar while enjoying watching some Arkham Horror LCG.
Nice. You know, I had a light cigar phase in college, and I got out of it pretty quick. I feel like if I revisited now, I could appreciate it more. Yeah, it was too much for me last time I tried.
I had a very light cigar phase. It lasted about 2 hours. We were actually over at Matt's house on a Sunday because we had the Thrones watch parties. And
There's a great romance to it. I really appreciate the romance of it.
I was like, oh, okay. Like I'm a big Michael Jordan fan, and he always has a cigar.
Yeah. Yeah, it's the look.
And so I was like, yeah, I'll try a cigar. You know, whatever. And they
Turn you yellow.
literally, Jesse and Tim were both like, the only thing you don't do is inhale it.
Yeah, don't inhale it.
And I was like, all right, I got it. And then like, not long later, they look up after we've been sitting outside on a nice, perfect day in Arkham, and I was like way ahead of them in terms of how far my cigar was gone. And they're like, have you been inhaling that? I was like, nah.
What up, boys?
So then we, do our thing, and then like an hour later, it's back when Thrones was still good.
The show?
Yeah, the show was a bunch of people coming over, and they were about to start. And all of a sudden, it was like, I felt like there was lava inside my body.
Yeah. Turned green, didn't you?
And like, I went to the bathroom.
Did you vomit?
No.
You didn't?
That
I
was
projectile vomit off a cigar before.
I wish I did. I was like, whatever is happening on the inside of my body right now needs to get out.
Yep.
But eventually, I just got a giant thing of water and went to my bed and passed out. And like, it was a very hazy, miserable several hours. But I missed a really important episode of Thrones too. I had to watch it later.
Bummer.
Matt was willing to watch it again though.
Very huge bummer. Okay, well, note to the kids out there: be careful. And the adults.
People in chat really question our decision to stick to the starters, but we're gonna do it to make a point.
Stick to the starters?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we're new players. We pretend like you're new players. See what happens. We're gonna make a. It's gonna be a realistic look at what it would be like. Okay. Can we turn the page? Yeah. Thank you.
D Arts. I got
Dart?
How do you say this? Dart again? MF says, hey TC.
Oh, D'Artagnan. Or whatever.
Yeah, it says, haven't been in chat live lately. Randomly checked rent in Tulsa this morning, because why not? 2 bedrooms are like low 800s, nearly half my rent in Dallas. This must be a sign.
Yeah, no, 100%.
And saying Zach's definitely going to try to get a backpack at some point.
And to play
Mutton Chop making a recommendation. You had this phase too. He says, try smoking a pipe. It's much more enjoyable.
It is way more enjoyable. It's really good. So this has the errata in it. 2-player game, 3 in front of the lead and 2 in front of the... Okay, so I'm going to randomly do these.
I'm almost done listening to Lord of the Rings, the books. And that book makes you want a pipe.
Yeah.
Like Mad Men makes you want a whiskey.
Okay, that's very good. Very good. Did good there on that one. Good words on that one. I immediately knew what you were talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nothing makes me want to get loaded at work like watching Mad Men and just lay on a couch and sleep and get paid.
Yeah, exactly.
You get 3. Good luck with that. I don't know what that means, but I did this a long time ago, and I have some weird memories. Remove each other one from the game. Okay, done. Each investigator must play on one location in front of his or her, chosen at random. Oof.
What do we do?
I think, okay. Lost and separated. During this scenario, the investigators begin play separated and cut off from one another. This is let's just go ahead and randomize this first. So choose one of these 3. Doesn't matter.
You always go left, right?
Sure.
Get it?
I'll go left as well. Okay. Okay, so Act 1A, Lost in the Woods, has the text. Let's make sure this is true. Wow, lots of... Wait, there's not a 3A. Is that normal? Is there normally not a 3A? Did I miss it?
Warner saying, just to check, these are witch-haunted woods, right? Not the Arkham woods.
Yeah, these are witch-haunted. Witch-haunted?
What's a witch-haunted? Does it float like a duck?
What's happening? What? Okay, Act 1A says, locations in front of you are connected to one another. This means that regardless of the symbols, they're connected and you can move through them. Locations remain connected to one another via their location symbols as well. Okay. However, Lost in the Woods also says you cannot enter a location in front of other investigators, so you cannot move to a location in front of another even if the two are connected. This doesn't apply to enemies who are free to move between connected locations regardless of which person they're in front of. Okay, so we can only move between our two. You can move between your three. Enemies can move all across the board. Let's dive in. We're done.
You'll notice when we pull up the Witch Haunted Woods,
We're ready.
They all connect to each other. Bacon to bacon.
Bacon to bacon.
Do we need anything with this?
Nope, you're done.
Or am I just...
Now, I'm missing an Act 3A, and I don't know if that matters. Why usually in Arkham...
There's not always an Act 3.
Would it just go to Act 4?
No.
But there's a 4A. Let me make sure. Make sure I didn't miss it. Now, normally you freak out and then Arkham tells you it's fine.
Can you give me stacks of player cards so I can grab my deck?
Yeah.
I assume yours is the red one?
That's right.
Stella.
Good assumption. And then I've got this Witch's Circle, which I don't... Oh, here it is. Act 3A.
Nailed it.
Well, now I know it's a location. Thank you, Arkham. Okay, Lost in the Woods. Let's go here.
Sometimes they do that, right? Where like there'll be a character on the back of an act or a location, so you get them in the wrong pile. So interestingly, I do not know what's in this deck.
Yeah, me neither.
I'm just shuffling up.
Should we just shuffle up and go, or should we like pay attention and
Nope.
know what we're
Don't believe in
capable
fate.
of? Okay, let's reject our fate. I make my own fate. Whatever cards I draw are the cards that I'm going to need.
Now, I quoted Thelma and Louise this morning when I socialed about this stream. I don't know if you saw that.
Wow.
Or not. I feel like that's our team right now, right? It's a Winnie and Stella.
Yeah, that's true.
And they're both fast and looking for freedom.
Okay, we got it. So this is cool.
This is the part of why I also don't want to look at the deck is that very rarely, except for I guess Tony Zeros, do you get to walk into an Arkham scenario and just like just figure it out as you go.
Figure it out. Let's see what happens. Now I'll tell you one thing: we are going to be Team Evade. So let's not sleep on the fact that we need to be evading things probably more than we need to be fighting them.
Fast on our feet.
Maybe only.
We're decent fighters.
William Ellis here saying, don't look at the decks, ladylike, be guided. William, I think you had a really nice comment for us on Facebook earlier that we didn't get to, saying we're doing the best streams in tabletop. If you didn't say that, I agree with you still.
PMK says, the underdog and the overachiever.
Yeah, that's kind of very appropriate for the players too, I would say. Okay, here we go. Deck in the game. You're our Doom Man.
I've always fashioned myself a Doom Man.
Shot looks good, everything clear, everything clean, brightness okay. Got my deck here. Let me know if we're sound good,
Look
if
at
we
this.
look good.
I got room for days.
Yeah, it really gave us the
technically,
full show.
I'm gonna
here.
do this. These three are in front of me, but I'm putting them this way so it looks normal.
Oh wow. Okay. I like to. I got my own.
All right, so it's
console.
what? 10 cards in this game? Just kidding. 5.
5 cards, yeah. And then we have the best mulligan ever.
All right, I got to read all
Thank
my
you, Tim.
cards. How about that? First card I have is a Mauser C96. It's a 4-cost gun.
You got the gun straight out of the gate.
Handgun.
That could be good. I think there's gonna be goats and stuff.
+1 fist, +1 damage. If you succeed by 2 or more, you can either gain a resource or ready this.
Oh my gosh, that's great. Wait, you get +1 damage with that?
Uh-huh.
4 cost +1/+1?
+1/+1.
How much ammo?
5.
Oh my gosh, that's great.
If you succeed by 2 or more, you either get to ready it or gain a buck.
That's a good weapon, man. That's a really good new weapon.
I'm supposed to be good at testing.
Oh, well then you should be fine in all of Arkham. I mean, it's a game of testing, right?
That's right. Known as the woman without fear. Remember, I have to play without fear. I also have Pilfer. I can use my feet to investigate instead. If I succeed, discover 2 extra clues.
Wait, you can use feet to investigate?
With Pilfer.
That's rogue? And you
some of these are new cards, right?
Additional clues? You discover 3 clues with a foot test? Rogue is... Those 2 rogue cards are like genre defining.
Well, the hits are going to keep coming because we also got Nimble, which is a skill card. For each point the skill test succeeds by, it's a foot test, which obviously I can use my foot test for the other things on some of these. After it resolves, you can immediately move to a connecting location up to 3 times. So if I succeed by 3 on a foot test, I can move 3 locations.
So you could evade and move 3?
Yeah, or if I use like Pilfer to test book with my foot stat, I can contribute this
do
and
I
then
love
move
that.
3.
Do I love that.
And then I also have a leather jacket.
Love that
It's
as
fast,
well.
just 2 extra health, which
Classic.
I don't think I'm going to keep because I don't need it yet.
Wait, leather, it's a fast for 2 for 2. Okay, that's, and then the other one's a 0, 0, 2. What's the opposite of the cherished keepsake?
The disregarded
Leather coat.
item.
It's a leather coat rather than a leather jacket. So this one costs more, but it's fast.
Yeah, it's
Very
my
cool.
leather jacket.
Yeah.
Look, she's got her pilot's jacket on.
Slap.
I also got a card called Daredevil, which is a skill card. After you commit Daredevil to a skill test, discard cards from the top of your deck until you discard a, what's that symbol? My main symbol?
Rogue.
Rogue skill. You cannot commit to this test. Commit it. Shuffle each weakness that was discarded by this effect back into your deck.
So you discard everything until you get a skill that you can put in the test? Is that how that works? Basically, you
So
dig until you
can't
find
commit.
one?
Yeah,
Oh my gosh.
and it's a while, so I'm gonna keep that. I'm gonna keep my
These
gun.
cards are straight fire, man. We're gonna be unstoppable. They put all the goods in these decks. Let's see what I'm dealing with.
I'm gonna put Pilfer back in because I won't have the money for it for a minute,
Interesting.
and I'd rather have it back in my deck.
Rabbit's Foot. I'm going to keep this. I love this necklace. It's a 1 cost. This is a classic card. Fail a test, draw a card. Scrapper. Spend money to bump fists and feet. I never like these cards, but I might keep it. We'll see. Take Heart is a fascinating. So I've got a Take Heart Rabbit's Foot opening. Take Heart is interesting. You fail a test, you draw 2 and gain 2 resources. So you can basically punt a test on purpose.
Yeah, what you
And
want to
if
do, right?
If I put Take Heart into this, then I'm going to draw 3 cards with the Rabbit's Foot, gain 2 money, and then after I fail a skill test, I can take an additional action with Stella. So this is going to be out of control. Granny Orn, a tough old bird, +1 to my willpower. I can't ever hate that. When you would fail a skill test, exhaust to either fail by 1 less or 1 more. It's all coming together right out of the gate. And then will the survive? Don't reveal chaos tokens for the next skill test you perform this turn.
Nice.
This is a classically great card, but it's going to be expensive. So I'm on a 4-1 opening. I'm probably going to drop Take Heart to gain some cash. I'm going to dig for more assets. I don't know if I need them. I'm tempted to keep Scrapper in. I just don't know what's in this deck. It's like punching a snowman.
Oh my.
It's got skill icons on it, both of which are useful. I'm going to keep Scrapper, and I'll try to get an asset over Will It Survive.
Also, real quick, I love this flavor text on the leather jacket. You ready for this?
Mm-hmm.
You think wearing that makes you look like the cat's meow? Nah, I already know I'm the cat's meow. This just lets everyone else know.
Yeah, that's beautiful. All right, so Mulligan, Will This Survive into Dumb Luck. It's fast. Costs me 2 after I fail a skill test by 2 or less, so if I just barely fail it. During an evasion attempt, I can place an enemy on top of the encounter deck that I just failed against. So that's going to be sweet.
Okay, I also got Anything You Can Do Better.
Ooh, I love that card. I saw that previewed a long time ago.
It's a 6 wilds.
Seems good. That's her signature, right?
Only she can play it.
Oh my gosh.
I also got Streetwise, which is pretty cool. It's a 0-cost asset with fast actions. You can spend 2 resources to get +2 either book or foot.
Yep. It's like my Scrapper. Every class kind of has a different version of that most of the time. Okay, let's flip our locations and see what happens here where we're
Can we read
starting
this
out.
first, technically?
Yeah, technically. Can you read the creepy text?
Temperance, 14 in
See, it wasn't as fluent because you didn't study that for academic work.
Remain calm, and you may peer into an uncertain future. The balance of the universe is tilted. You are the fulcrum. Be patient, and all will be revealed.
All right, so I've heard that you actually should read those and internalize them in your gameplay.
Let's try it again.
So what does it say?
All right. Remain calm,
Okay.
and you may peer into an uncertain future.
Okay.
The balance of the universe is tilted.
Mm-hmm.
You are the fulcrum. So you're the point at which the universe is tilted.
It's tilted on us.
Be patient,
Okay.
and all will be revealed. So be patient.
So don't be in a hurry.
Don't be in a hurry.
Not gonna be in a
It needs
hurry.
8 doom to advance. Act 1A, Lost in the Woods. Hopefully not foreboding for your trip next week. You have awakened alone deep in the woods south of Arkham. The mysterious soothsayer is nowhere to be seen. You rise up from the muddy trail and try to find your bearings. An oppressive weight hangs in the air. Locations in front of you are connected to one another. You cannot enter locations in front of another. Investigator objective. At the end of the round, investigators may spend the requisite number of clues to advance as a group. 2 per investigator. So we need 4 clues.
We need 4 clues between us, and we can't go hang out with each other.
That's right. Now, the flavor text on this witch-haunted woods says, the frigid wind howls around you as you venture deeper into the haunted woods beyond Arkham. I'm going to flip my
Very
location.
nice. Yeah.
Witch-haunted woods.
4 clues on it?
The subtitle is Child's Treehouse. 1 shroud, 4 clues. Forest. When the last clue is discovered from this location, spawn the topmost enemy in the encounter discard pile at this location. If there are no enemies in the encounter discard pile, discard cards from the top of the encounter deck until an enemy is discarded and spawn that enemy instead. Victory 1.
Would have been nice to have that 4 cost discover 3 clues card.
Nah.
Witch Haunted Woods on my side. Cairn Stones. I love cairns. We'll actually see some cairns probably hiking this trip. 4 Shroud. Victory 1. What, cairns? Karens?
I thought you were talking about, like how a meme Karen.
Oh, yeah.
Some Karens on their Eat, Pray, Love trip.
No, we won't see anyone who's not really dedicated to the craft, regardless of their name. But Karens are how you stack rocks to basically stack rocks to show the way. They look like that. Shannon has one as a tattoo.
I get it.
After any number of clues are discovered from this location, each investigator at this location loses an equal number of resources. Well, great one to start with. Thanks a lot.
Spend your money, and then you just...
Spend your money and investigate forever.
Now, what's your investigate stat? I'm used to counting on you from last campaign as an investigator, but you're really not that much of an investigator.
I'm quintessentially not that.
Yeah, and I'm only okay at it. But it's cool. All right, you ready?
Mm-hmm.
I think my turn's pretty simple. My plan is literally drop my gun just in case I get an enemy, and then start going after this 1 shroud test.
Do we know what our bag looks like? Ooh, we got the gas mask? What a bummer. -3 if you fail. Choose an exhausted or damaged witch enemy at your location or at a connecting location. This is the Witching Hour scenario card. Ready that enemy heal all damage. So, bummer.
But it's ultimately okay when there's no witches out.
It's fine when there's no... Everything's fine when there's no witches out.
I've been saying that my whole life. All right, what's the skull do for us?
-1 for each point you fail by discard the top card of the encounter deck.
Okay, what's the gas mask?
-3.
So this is really what we're looking at.
Yeah. Tilted in the... Yeah, it's actually tilted. Ooh, cool. It's kind of like a dagger.
So
like Silver Twilight Lodge kind of thing, yeah?
Yeah. There's 4 zeros or better. 8 at -1, and then...
8 at -1. Where are you on that?
4. The skulls are -1, right?
Yeah.
8 or at -1 or better. So if your test is a
yeah.
-1, you have 8 of the...
7. So about 50% at -1.
Yeah.
50% odds at -1.
-2 gets you into the 60s percent. -3 is all but 2 tokens.
And then we know how -4 in the tentacle work.
Yeah, just ignore
You
it.
just ignore it. They don't even exist. We don't even say them out loud.
I got a little fortunate because I have this 1 shroud location. And you might bounce around and see what your other location is to see if it's worth...
I'm not doing that at all.
Because we only need 4 to go to the next stage, right?
Yeah.
So my plan is literally gun, investigate.
What's your stat?
3?
What's your book?
I'm ahead
3
by
to
2.
1 is good, yeah. Yeah, you can't hate that. I mean, here we go. My plan is going to be play a card, do a test with Take Heart, fail it, hopefully. There's only 2 tokens that would succeed. And then draw 2 cards, draw 3 cards, gain 2 resources, and set up for next turn. So I'm ready.
All right, let's do this. I'm going to play the Mauser C96 for 4. It comes in with 5 ammo. It's locked and loaded.
Now remember, be patient.
I am being very patient.
Now,
So that, as an example, patience to me would be like, don't just do the minimums either.
It might mean...
Because it says you may spend clues to advance, right?
So like, maybe we should tromp around a little bit?
I want to at least reveal all 3 locations.
Okay.
And see what we're working with.
Yeah.
We got a long way to go.
Yeah. Okay.
All right, so I'll try to investigate. I'm at a +2.
Mm-hmm. Play a gun and start looking around. That's what you would do if you crashed into the woods, you know?
That's right. I pull my gun out and I'd start creeping around. -4.
That's hilarious.
It's just what happens.
Yeah, sometimes it happens.
All right, try it again. Don't mind me. Auto fail.
Wow, okay, just get that out of the way.
Yeah.
Patience really is the key here. Just
Teaching.
patience,
Okay.
you know. Patience. Cool, cool, everything's fine. We didn't waste 2 actions there. That's fine. Playing 4 for Granny Orn, the old tough old bird there. Paying 1 for a rabbit's foot. That's going to be all my cash.
Josh says right off the bat, and says, that's a solid Arkham start if I've ever seen one.
Yeah, that's how it goes. And then last action, I'm a 3 to a 2. So I need a +1 or better. There's currently only a couple of tokens in there that do that. So I'm going to do an investigate, and I am going to commit the take heart.
Okay.
So I'm wanting to fail this test. If I get the superstar, I can automatically fail.
Well, we all know
So
that's
if
not happening.
you got the -4 in the tentacle, the worst outcome for me here is the +1. I would
Really?
succeed, and I would lose 2 resources and 3 cards, and an action.
You would not get those.
I would not get them.
Yeah.
But I get a clue. But I really want that money.
That money, though. There's
That's
a -1.
-1, just what I need. So my stat goes to a 1 to a 3, so I fail the test by 2. Anything fancy there?
For each point you fail by, discard the top card of the encounter deck.
Ancient Evils right off the top. That's what we like to see.
And evil past. Be gone, ancient evils. Be gone.
All right, we've got some triggers here. Take heart. If the test fails, I get to draw 2 cards and gain 2 resources. Oh my gosh, look what just happened. This is great. Second thing that's going to happen is after I fail a skill test, exhaust Rabbit's Foot to draw a card. Then, after I fail a skill test, I can take an additional action, so I'll bank that. But then, you'll love to see it. I drew into look what I found after I fail a skill test by 2 or less, discover 2 clues at my location.
Wow, and the money to pay for
Welcome to
it.
Compression, Stella.
Stella.
Beautiful.
Doing some work already. That's awesome. Meanwhile, I'm over here getting face checked by a 1.
Let me make sure there's nothing else I want to do here. You know what? It's so crazy because, like, even now I could chain into a live and learn after a skill test ends, attempt it again at +2. I can investigate a 4 to a 3.
May as well, man.
It's not a great test, man.
Well, you got to get those clues somehow.
And I will have another action too. One less or one more. I'm gonna do it, man. Let's keep going. Let's play Stella, right?
That's what I'm saying.
Let's live and learn. Let's attempt that test again. I'm at +1.
Because you still have an action left after this?
I will still have an action left after this, yeah.
It was fate.
-1. Who needs fate when you've got such skill?
I thought you were going to say luck.
Okay, so, wow.
That rabbit's foot.
And I still have 1 remaining.
Toki saying, wow.
And it's crazy because I pay 2 to discover those clues, and I don't have the money to lose from the forced ability. Like, that is like a Bugatti.
I was going to say, that's what we call Bugatti.
Unbelievable.
You want to try to snap that last clue?
Just a raw test, a 2 to a 3? I can. I mean, that's a garbage can test.
Oh, 2 to a 3? Don't do that.
Yeah, so I should just move. Or I should just gain money.
Yeah.
Because I've got cards in hand, and I may...
Yeah, be patient.
Let's be patient.
Be patient.
I'm going to gain some cash.
Luckily, with our foot skill, we can always just run from bad things.
We can always run.
I'm excited about that.
You
I
can
haven't been able to
always
run in
run.
a long time, you know? All right, end of the round.
End of the round.
No enemies, so to speak. After the enemies, we get our cards and resources, right?
That's right. I'm going to tell you, that was so fundamentally great as a survivor. Like, that turn is insane.
Are you sold on Stella already?
I mean, that's just insane. I mean, I love it. I love that level of compression. It's crazy.
Oh my goodness, I just drew a card that I love. Have you ever seen Lockpicks?
Yes. You know I have.
That is my kind of card right there.
Oh man, this Derringer? It's so good too. Look at this Derringer.
What'd you do with your bonus action?
18 Derringer. I gained a money.
Yep.
2 ammo. Spend an ammo, +2, +1 damage for the attack. If you fail, place an ammo on it. The Survivor has changed fundamentally, Zach. You don't understand what it used to be like. This is living in the glory land.
Yeah,
now.
someone earlier said Stella is the most survivory survivor.
My gosh.
All right, Doom on. I'm the Doom man.
Yeah, you're the Doom man.
Caca.
Can't handle the bag. And
Bag cards, ready? Oh, cool. A little card called Ancient Evils.
I need to get 1 money.
There's the other Ancient Evils.
Oh,
This is gone.
that's fine. That's a fine time to draw that. Did I shuffle those?
I hope. I think so.
Bedeviled. Put it into play in my threat area. I cannot trigger action abilities on cards I control, such as none of the cards I currently control. Test 3 Brain. If you succeed, discard it. If there's an exhausted witch, it automatically is successful. So if you make a test while there's a witch there and it's exhausted, then you get rid of the hex.
That's how you're going to do it.
So I can exhaust it with an evade action, get rid of Bedeviled, because humans are always smarter than witches. I suppose witches are a form of human, but we told them that they are not welcome among the species.
Do they float?
Do they float or not?
All right. Then it's back to us, right? You want to go first because you actually seem like you're achieving things?
Well, I think that ends now because I only achieve things through cards and
You
failure.
can move and see what the other location has to hold for you.
Do you really ever want to move away from a location that you're going to have to go back to? Look at that victory one.
Yeah, but you know it's way easier for me to get 1 clue
I do know that.
than it is for you to deal with that.
I do know that. First action, let's take a look. 2 Shroud, much better. You cannot investigate this location while you have between 3 and 5 cards in hand. I currently have 4. You choose and discard 1 card from your hand, then an investigator at a different Witch Haunted Woods draws 1 card or vice versa. So I can discard a card from my hand and have you draw 1, or you can discard a card from your hand and have me draw 1.
Every time you clue?
I need to get to 2 cards or 6 cards to investigate.
6 is the number.
So do this ability once, or I could just draw twice.
Or you can draw once and gain a money or something because you'll get a card at the end of the turn too.
Are there any cards in your hand that you don't need, strictly?
Not necessarily.
Okay. Then I'm probably going to draw, see what that does, and then I'm probably going to gain a cash. And then I'll come into the turn with 6 cards, investigate twice at a 2 to a 2.
I like it.
Hopefully the cards that I draw are going to be worthwhile here.
All right.
Okay, so second action, I'm going to draw. Oh my gosh, it's exactly what I need.
What is it?
An old key ring. Let's put it
We
right in
found the
that tree
keys.
trunk.
Yeah, that tree key.
Check this out. Check this out. Survivor's out. It's blowing my mind right now. Like, this is totally different. 2 keys, so 2 charges basically. Investigate at -2 Shroud. If you succeed, remove a key. -2 Shroud makes that a 0, which means it's an unfailable test, except for the tentacle. Because my stat of anything could reduce to only 0 and I still pass.
Nice.
My goodness gravy.
David's saying like Nightmare Before Christmas. That's right, and we're almost in October, so it's on theme.
Last action, then I need to draw a card to go to 6. I'll go to 7. I'll play the key ring, be at 6, and can investigate. So last action, draw.
All right.
Done.
Mine?
Yep.
Well.
This may be the most fun I've had playing Arkham in the first 2 turns, I can tell you that.
Let's do this.
Show me what you got.
All right, I'm gonna throw caution to the wind. I'm gonna investigate, and I'm gonna commit a Daredevil. So it's gonna make me a 4 book to 1. But Daredevil says after you commit Daredevil to the skill, discard cards from the top of my deck until I discard a Survivor card that I can commit to the test.
Oof.
So the first Survivor card I get that has a
Rogue
investigate
card, rather, yeah.
or a Wild, which is the first one.
Another Daredevil?
Which is Daredevil.
That you do
Commit
it again?
Yep.
Oh my gosh, that's so funny. And then you shuffle this
There it
back
is.
in, right?
I shuffle the weaknesses back in.
And is it only skill cards?
No.
It's a Survivor skill, so
Oh,
this is
that's
an
right.
event, yeah, so you can keep going. Oh no, it's your bad one.
Basic weakness, reckless. Commit only to a skill test you are performing of any type that has no other cards committed to it. Other cards, it can't be committed.
Yeah, it can't be committed.
So I'm actually going to shuffle that back in.
Mm-hmm. It'll get discarded and shuffled back in with the rest of them, right?
Opportunist. If you succeed by 3 or more, return Opportunist to your hand after this test.
Oh, what a
instead of
great
discarding it.
snipe, man.
And because there's 2 different non-weakness cards committed to the test after this over, I get to draw a card.
Beautiful.
Which is why I was doing it.
Beautiful.
So I'm at +3.
Now,
so
everything that didn't get committed goes back in, right?
it's
Did you do
only
that?
weaknesses. Shuffle each weakness that was discarded by its effect back into your deck.
Okay, nice. You gotta push it. Very nice.
Okay. So now I'm at a 6 to a 1.
Mm-hmm. That's so awesome.
Superstar.
Oh my gosh, what does that do?
So it's +1. I'm 7 to a 1. After this succeeds, for every 2 points you succeed by, return a card you committed to this test to your hand.
Oh no, you get all
So,
of it.
3, 4, 7 to 1. So I won by 6. So I get 3 cards back into my hand.
Opportunist comes back no matter what anyway.
These go to my hand, and because I committed 2 or more, I draw a card from winning.
Oh my gosh, it's so good.
And the max hand size is 8, right? Is that correct?
Yes, but hey, remember, you can always discard to let me draw, and I can discard to let you draw.
I can take that fast action?
Yes,
Really?
once per round.
Also, someone's saying that you're bewitched, so you can't do the thing you want to do with the key.
Yeah, bedevil, it cancels the action ability, so I'll have to deal with that. But maybe a witch will come out, and I can exhaust it and then get rid of it automatically.
There's a card I just drew called Sneak By.
Ooh, yeah, that's a good one.
A 0-cost event with evade, and it says when this action begins, gain 2 resources.
Very cool.
Is that when I'm trying to evade?
No, it's when you play it. You have to start the action, basically.
Start
It's an
what
event,
action?
right?
Yeah. Why
So
does it say evade?
It has that's the evade action. So just like how the old keyring has investigate on it.
So when
you're
I
taking the
evade,
evade
I can
action.
gain 2. Okay.
Yeah.
Let me read all my stuff here.
Yeah, you got like a novel now you got to sort through.
Okay, so that was first action. I feel like I want to do this again.
I mean, you can keep punching the slot machine, right?
Mm-hmm.
But you're going to have too many cards in your hand. It's hilarious.
I'm okay with that problem.
You know what? Can you imagine? You remember, what's that? There's the 3 of card, the myriad card that you love in Rogue. When you draw, you do 2 lucky find. What is it?
What's it do?
That was the Netrunner card. That was such a good Netrunner card. You draw, or you gain money, and then if you have other ones that you play afterwards, you gain more money. You can play an immediate other copy. Remember that? Play it to gain the hot streak. No, no.
It's not Easy Mark.
It is Easy Mark.
Easy Mark?
Yeah, it's Easy
You get
Mark.
3 of them?
Can you imagine that in here?
Yeah.
That'd be super
yeah,
good.
Easy Mark, got it. Okay, so
Because you need money.
I think, let me look.
Chris, that's a great hill to die on. Opportunist being the most underrated rogue card. If you do it right, it's +1 on all tests, right? For the rest of the game. If you do it right.
Let's do this. I'll investigate again. Action number 2. We're going to go Daredevil.
You're going to lose your whole deck, man.
I'm just dealing with
I like
it.
the Moxie, though.
I mean, I'm Winnie. Winnie the Bish.
This is where it'd be nice to know how many actual other skill cards you have. Worst case scenario, you shuffle it all back in.
I take
right?
1 sanity, right? That's a weakness.
Yeah, it's 1 sanity.
Wait, what does
Nobody
it say?
cares about a sanity.
Lucky cigarette case. My deck is going to be gone. I take 1 sanity. That's fine.
Yeah, that's fine.
Holy moly. Me oh my.
In fact, at a certain point, there's another opportunist. Yeah.
Opportunist, and I'm committing Opportunist as well. And then this gets shuffled back into this tiny pile of cards.
That's a good question. So I wonder, after you commit Daredevil to skill, discard, commit it. I wonder if you have to commit all skill cards at the same time and then resolve Daredevil. Probably. It's like you probably have to do Opportunist and Daredevil, and then
Go find the
Daredevil
other
goes and finds the other one. That would be my guess. The chat will know for sure.
one. All right, so now it's a 6 to a 1.
Yep.
Actually,
What's up, Gary?
yeah, I want to win by 3.
They'll come back in. You'll win by 3.
Got it.
Oh my gosh.
So we'll get a
Great.
clue, and then I get to draw a card from Winnie's ability, which is Reckless. Has to go in my hand, right?
Mm-hmm.
If it's in your hand at the end of a turn, you reveal it and lose 2 resources.
Yeah.
Got it. These bounce back.
Yep.
This goes away.
That's just love is life.
So I have 9 cards. What does that mean?
I would discard one and let me draw.
But I can have 9 during the turn?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, at the end of the round, so after you draw for the end of the
I can
round.
get rid of this.
You can't. You can never discard willingly a weakness.
So I'm going to spend money instead.
Yeah.
I can't. I can't spend money.
Here's this. Put that back in the bag. So at the end of the turn, you'll gain money, gain a card, and then you have to discard down to 8. So if you're going to have to do that anyway, discard a card and let me draw with the ability on the Lonely Tree, Witch Haunted Woods.
But if it says if this is in my hand at the end of the turn, I discard it anyway.
You just lose 2 resources. It stays there. So the game is basically saying,
I can commit it to a test.
commit this to get it out of your
Yeah.
hand and make the test worse, or suffer the consequences.
Well, that's all fine and well. I'll just commit it and do another investigate.
Yeah, that's right.
All right, I'm going to commit it with 2 opportunists.
Oof. What does it give you? Minus... Oh, wait, you can't commit other cards, right? Commit to a skill that you're performing that has no other cards committed to it. You cannot commit other cards. If it fails, return it to your hand. So you have to pass a test with no other cards committed. This is not a bad one to try
I'll
on.
just try it.
3 to 1? Yeah, it's not bad.
I'll try it.
It's your third action?
-1.
-1, you got it.
Got it. So we'll get another clue.
Reckless is gone.
Then this is gone. And there we go.
All right, how many cards in hand?
8, so I may as well discard 1 to let you draw a card.
Yeah, that's right. Choose your least favorite.
Those opportunists are staying.
Oh, right, yeah, you're in the money now.
All right, I discard 1, you can draw a card.
All right, thank you. Cool. Okay, done.
All
Hey,
right.
That was a productive test. Look
Now,
at us go.
End of the round, we could use our clues, or we can just hang out for. I think we hang out.
Patience, man.
Yeah.
It told us.
I'm with it.
It told us patience.
All right, so no enemies. Gain a buck.
Mm-hmm.
Draw a card.
Draw a card and then discard down to 8 if you need to.
Oh man, this is hilarious.
Is it great?
No, but it's so thematic. My weakness is arrogance. Check this out. You ready for this? I love this. It's 1 wild.
Mm-hmm.
There's something happening.
No, Kev, we don't flip 2 cards from the encounter. It's only if you fail.
It's a wild. Commit to wild.
Okay, that sounds good.
Arrogance. You must commit arrogance to each eligible skill test you perform.
Yep.
This skill's icon subtracts from your skill value instead of adding. If this test succeeds, return it to your hand.
Oh, so you have to
So you
fail
have to
one.
fail
you have to, take
to
the
not be
plane down.
arrogant,
I love
right?
it. Yeah,
That's
I love
so
that. Yeah,
funny.
Yeah, I love that.
So I have to fail at something. Great. All right, bad cards? Or Dumon?
Dumon.
Frozen in Fear. I'm not afraid. Revelation,
I
put Frozen
hate
in Fear
that
into play in
card.
that area. The first time you perform one of the following actions, move, fight, or evade, each round it costs an additional action. At the end of your turn, test 3 brain. If you succeed, discard Frozen in Fear. I will succeed. I will tell you this.
Here's a question. So, old Granny Orn here, and give me your take on this too. When an investigator at your location would fail a skill test, exhaust, that investigator fails by 1 less or 1 more. If I'm failing by 1, and I choose to fail by 1 less, am I now succeeding?
That's a good question.
I'm going to guess that they would say no. It feels like she's supposed to manipulate your failure values, not like push you to a win.
I agree.
Okay.
Oh, you can fail at 0.
Okay, you don't succeed. So you just fail. You
By
just
0.
always fail just by a different number. Okay, that's fair. That's actually pretty relevant. Can be really good. Diabolic Voices. Test 3 head. For each point you fail by, discard a random card from hand. For each card you cannot discard, take a horror. +1 difficulty for each copy in the discard pile. There are no copies.
Also, apparently, the experienced Granny Orn allows you to succeed.
I love that. Okay, so 3 to a 4 because Granny's giving me +1, so I'm currently up by 1. I don't have a need to make this a good test for me. I could fail it fully and be technically okay, or I could pass it.
Swoosh.
With a 0. Okay,
Over to us.
over to us. So my whole thing here is I've got to get this bedeviled out of here.
Agreed.
And I think I'm just going to have to... Let me just kick this off, because that's just going to be my turn. I'm going to be 5 to 3. 2 ups, 50%?
60. Roughly.
60's fine, right?
60 is fine.
And then 3 up is like 75?
3 up is only 2. It's a -4 and the tentacle. So it's like 2 out of 50. 28. It's like 13% chance of failure at that. 87% success. Anything you can do, I can do better.
Okay. I'm going to do the test. I'm going to commit Grimm's Fairy Tales, a great card, to this test. Joe Terry, Twitch is twitch.tv/Team Covenant. Looking for a +2 here. Oh, wait, the tentacles are -3 as well, aren't they?
Yep.
I could go to +3.
That takes you from like
I don't want to waste time.
60 something to 87.
All right, test of will's going in. No, but if I do that, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, then I can't investigate. No. Just need to pass this one, man. If I fail, I draw a card. So, you know, it's...
And get an
I
action,
get additional
right?
action. It's not... You can't hate it. -1. Good news bears. So, Bedeviled, be gone.
Be gone.
Second action. Let's play the key.
Noise.
And then third action. We're going to investigate at -2 shroud.
Can't fail.
There's one way you can fail. Oh, you don't remove it unless you succeed? Oh my gosh, these keys are bustedly great. I'm sorry, that is just unbelievably good. Success. So, yeah, success. So, remove this. -2 shroud.
Why don't you investigate without the key and either fail or get a free success and not use one of your key tokens? Because you get your free action you haven't used yet.
That's correct.
So you either get the clue or you just do your thing. So I would do that first.
So I drew a, what, a -1?
Yep.
So I fail.
Yep.
That's way better.
Yeah.
You guys are good at this game. Draw a card.
Mm-hmm.
Gain an action. And then
you
last
do the
action,
test
use the
over
key
zero.
ring.
Yeah, you got it.
Beautiful. You got to get in that losing mood. Tentacle's a -3. How about we'll take our 0 to a 0 and succeed anyway? What does it say? If you fail, which I will not.
Whoosh.
That's the reason you wouldn't do that, if there's failure consequences on the tokens.
Yeah.
But there's no witches, so it doesn't much matter. So in case anybody cares about this, well, everybody should care about this. There's new players, a lot of times you won't know this. So my skill is a 2, and I draw a -3 token. My skill value goes from a 2 to a 0. It can't go to a -1. So even if you're a 1 and you get a -5 token, you only ever max out at a 0 to your skill. So if the Shroud of Dislocation, it goes to 0 because of the key, and if my skill goes to 0 because it was, you know, reduced down past its 0 point, then I automatically succeed. The only way to fail that test is through a tentacle token, which is automatically a failure. Same way that Flashlight works.
Okay, mine?
Yeah.
I got this Frozen in Fear and Arrogance I'm trying to deal with. So, I want to fail at a test, ultimately.
We're all about, both of us just want to fail at stuff.
Yeah, that's how we go. So I think I'm going to move.
Welcome to Covenant.
I'm going to move, and then I'm going to try to fail at an Investigate test.
Okay. What does this thing do?
My first move, fight, or evade costs an extra action. But
so you got to do 2 for a move.
that's just the beats.
Yeah.
And I don't want to get this because I would then get an enemy that would cost me an extra action to fight.
It's about patience.
Yeah.
We're not going to get any experience this game. That's how patient we're going to be.
No, I'm going to get all the experience. I'm going to move to the Abandoned Mind version of Witch Haunted Woods. 2 Shroud, 2 clues. You can't investigate this location while you have between 3 and 10 resources. Dang it! Fast second. Choose an investigator at a different location. Move up to 3 of your resources that investigates resource pool, or vice versa.
Okay, good. So if you need me to
I'm
give
gonna
you money,
fast action and send you a buck.
Oh, Postal Service delivering yet again.
That's right.
Neither rain nor
Receiving.
shine nor snow nor sleet.
All right, now I'm gonna investigate.
Checks in the mail.
And I have to add arrogance, and it gives me a -1. So I'm 2 to 2, and I either get a clue or I fail, which is what I actually want.
Mm-hmm. And then you've got to do the brain test that you can never succeed at. -3. If there's a witch, it's really bad, but there's not.
It's gone.
Yeah.
I will succeed that test, actually.
You got all the skill cards.
You just have no idea how much I'm gonna do.
You better just reshuffle that deck. You just play that Daredevil and then get it back in the game.
Daredevil?
You know what's funny?
Oh, arrogance?
There's a world where like, oh, you have to commit arrogance if you can, right? I was thinking about, can you keep it in your hand, reshuffle your deck, and then do it so that it's not in your new deck?
Yeah, I mean, that would be fine. It's not that bad. It's an okay weakness.
It's a fine one, yeah.
Okay, so that was my turn. The move cost me 2 actions, and then the investigate that I failed to get rid of arrogance. End of round. Enemies do enemy things.
No enemies. Everything's going to stand up.
Gain money.
Gain a buck.
Draw a card. Oh, hello there.
Gain a card. And then discard down if you need to. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Good.
Wow. Wow, 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 wow. Lonnie Ritter is an ally that I just drew.
Oh, the allies are sick.
She is so good. You'll see in a
Do you
second
need
when I
cash
play
to
it.
pay for it? I can send it back.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Courtesy of first class
That's right.
mail.
Ship it. If it fits, it ships.
I'll ship it certified.
I shipped my pants right here.
I'm going to need a signature.
You remember that commercial, that Kmart commercial?
Yes, 100%. Yeah.
Okay. At the end of my turn, I test 3 brain first, actually, before I do
you
that.
got to do that, yeah. Don't forget
So,
that.
anything you can do, I can do better. Puts me at a 6, and then I'll put an opportunist.
Put you at a 7. It's +6. So
Yeah,
you're at a
7.
7 with your stat.
8. I'm ahead by 5.
Oh, this is where things just go perfectly well.
This is fine. 7 to 3, I'm ahead by 4. That's all I need.
Yeah, there's not a -5 in the bag.
Yeah.
No need to risk it.
Now, another card would let me draw a card,
That's true.
but I have plenty of cards. I want to
with
shuffle
cards.
this back in.
Yeah, flush with cards.
All right, here we go. Got it.
Nailed it.
Succeeded. This goes away. This goes away. And now I draw my card. We're in business. Dumon.
Mm-hmm. Bad cards. Here we go.
Rotting Remains.
Verna, that's hilarious.
Test 3 brain. For each point I fail by, I take a horror.
You can only lose 3, so you can only fail by 3 here. You could reshuffle.
What if I play a card that has me go through my deck and I run out of cards? Do I stop?
Yeah, you stop. According to my rules, you stop. I don't know. I can't imagine you reshuffle and keep going.
Right.
No game really works that way.
Let's put in a Daredevil.
Now, how big a boy are you here?
I'm just going to go
Zach
Daredevil.
Beefy Boy's
Here we go.
situation here.
That doesn't work. And that doesn't work, so I take a horror. Do I shuffle immediately or when I
think you do it immediately, yeah.
So I'm a 2 to a 3. I'm down by 1.
You could pass that.
Take 1.
Take 1 horror. That's not bad at all. That could have been way worse.
Yep. Tony Zeros rises again.
That's the story of Arkham. Could have been way worse. Sometimes. Racked. I'm racked. -1 to each of my skills during the first skill test I perform. Test 3 brain to lose it, or if there's an exhausted witch, succeed automatically. -1 isn't going to matter for the purpose of my keys, so see you later. Okay. To our stuff.
Yep.
So my turn is fail a Witch Haunted Woods test for a free draw. And the -1, that won't matter. Then probably use the old key ring. And then I've got 2 actions floating at that point. So I can roll.
Can you scoop up those clues?
Well, I could try to roll over there and I could roll over there and try to get this clue with the key ring instead of the woods.
It's actually kind of weirdly good.
Yeah, it is weirdly good, isn't it? I mean, a 2 to a 2. The ring is guaranteed success. I'm probably save the ring for this one because I only lose the charge if I succeed. So this is an easier test for me to do without the key ring. So let's start with let's start here. Let's just do the test. 2 to 2, it's -1 because I'm racked. So I'm currently a -1. -2, so I'm going to fail by 2. So Rabbit's Foot's going to draw me a card. Oh my gosh, the perfect card. And then Racked is done, but look what I drew into. Your favorite and mine. I'm going to gain an action, and then I'm going to play Live and Learn. Investigate with a 4 to a 2. Let me see if I want to put anything else in here. Don't have anything else to put in here. 4 to a 2. Technically my second of 4 actions. Boom. Success.
Cleared it.
Third action, move.
Told you we were going to get that victory point.
Last action, we're going to investigate with the key ring.
Too big to fail.
So I'm going to be 1 up. Oh, babylicious.
Babylicious. Put it on a shirt.
Plus
I'm picturing
1.
like an animated graphic of you doing this.
It's mine.
Babylicious.
And then I lose one resource.
Best wings this side of the Mississippi.
Wow.
You did some work on your side of the forest.
Yeah. See you later.
The woods. All right.
See you later.
Mine?
How many cards you got?
6. I like them all.
Do you want another one? Oh, wait, I can't. I'm not there anymore.
Yeah.
Dang it. I'm going to have to be non-effective.
How do you feel about your money? I don't need it yet.
I feel good about it. So wait, hold on. Let me make sure. So I thought I had gotten all 4 of my actions. So I failed the test, but Live and Learn, which was the same action.
So you have 1 left?
So then my second action was actually move. Third action, investigate. So I do have 1 more. So I'll move over here and pitch a card so you can draw.
All right. We'll take it.
Let's pitch. I'm going to pitch Oops. I don't think that's that relevant.
Oh, that's hilarious. All right. Mine?
Yeah.
I'm going to play Lockpicks. Then I'm going to use Lockpicks. And we are investigating at an 8.
Oh, keyring, yeah.
8 to 2. I'm ahead by 6.
You got it.
Got it. Then third action, I'm just going to...
You lose your opportunist?
No.
Yeah.
I'm ahead by...
A bajillion?
Yeah. If I draw the tentacle, though, I auto-fail and the opportunities go away. So it doesn't seem like it's worth the
Take care, Carolina.
risk, as it were. So I'm just going to test...
It says this card itself. That's really nice. It's nice for scavenge.
I'm going to test...
There's scavenge in here.
A 3 to a 2. Just take a chance. If not, I'll just scoop it up next round with my lockpicks again.
Okay.
So I'm ahead by 1. If it happens to work out, great. If not, fine.
What could go wrong? -1.
Got it.
Nailed it. And then, yeah, because you have no money, you can investigate it, yeah. Great. Hey, look at us. We're doing work, man. I'm feeling good.
All right. Ready everything. No enemies. Gain a buck. Draw a card.
Draw a card.
Doom on. It's at 5.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Now, yeah, I should probably just at least see what this is before we go, right?
Yeah, I think
This
so.
next round is probably when we do our
I
rounds.
think so. Okay,
Bad
but-
cards. Uh-oh. More rotting remains. It is a rotting forest.
There's where your opportunists and stuff go in, I think.
I don't think so. Because I won't win by 3 or more and they'll go away permanently.
You don't think you'll win?
At most, I can tie it.
Do you want to go to 5 sanity out of 7?
I have plans.
You have plans? Okay. If you got plans, you're fine. Too bad I'm not getting those. -3.
Take 3.
You better have some serious plans.
I'm gonna need some money from you. Take a loan from the Bank of Steven.
You can do.
All right. You're up. A lot of rotting remains in these woods.
Yeah, it's gross, isn't it? Centuries of Secrets. Test 5. Head. For each point you fail by discard the top card of the encounter deck. If a curse is discarded, deal 1 direct to your investigator and each ally. That will kill Granny Orn. I've got another one in hand.
2 grandmas.
So test 5, technically I'm -1 from Racked, so I'll go ahead and make that my first test of the round. And then I'm at a 4 -1, so 3 to 5. This is just going to be a fail.
Auto fail.
So I fail by 5.
Discard the top 5,
Yeah, well, I may as well use her to discard the top 4.
just in case.
Yeah.
Ready?
Mm-hmm.
1. What does damage to you?
Curse.
2.
Good.
3.
There's a curse.
4.
Okay, so 1 curse. So 1 direct to this ally and to my investigator. And then Rabbit's Foot to draw.
Hey, this is awesome. Steven saying, hey TC, we're also starting Circle Undone right now. Was never confident in deck building until I watched your videos. I was able to find a Finn Edwards deck that beat Dunwich and just completed TFA. That's awesome. Yeah, it's definitely scary at first. That first couple of campaigns was a challenge for me. Thankfully, Steven was around, and now I feel pretty great about it.
Okay, and then Drew from Rabbit's Foot. Now, here's a question.
What is that?
This is a weakness. So after you fail a skill test, exhaust, draw a card, and this says, after you fail a skill test, take 1 horror. I think that would trigger in this same sequence.
So
Rabbit's Foot into Aticophobia, and then Aticophobia is now, do they all trigger at the moment?
all the triggers in play get fired, and
That's
then you
right.
choose how they
That's right.
resolve. So
Okay,
new
that's
triggers that enter that would have triggered off the original trigger and event don't trigger.
Okay, I'm with it. I
Not
think that's
triggered.
right. Yeah, I think that's right. Okay. Cool. And I get my extra action for the turn from failing a test that way, so I'm currently at 4 actions.
Because the bad stuff is at the start of the turn.
That's right.
So you
Yep,
already
all the
have
bad
your
stuff
action.
is at the
Got
start
it.
of the round.
All
Yeah.
right. Okay. Well, you want to let me... Actually, you know what? How much of your money do you need?
I can give you as much as you'd like. I can do it once per round, though. I think it's only once per round limit.
Yeah, this thing.
But you're up to 3.
I would take 3 of it.
Okay, let's go. If you need it.
Gave you 1, took 3. Eventually,
Yeah.
we'll repay you. All right, first action, I'm going to play a Lonnie Ritter. Gives me +1 physical, and then a fast action. I can exhaust Lonnie. Check this out. Spend a resource. Then I can choose an item asset controlled by an investigator at your location, heal the damage from that asset, and heal 1 horror from Lonnie. So she fixes things. So like
That's
that leather
awesome.
jacket that I was wearing, she can heal items, right?
That is sick.
So be prepared.
Love that.
Yeah.
Love that.
Okay. And then my second action, I'm going to move into the last location here. It comes in with 2 clues. That's the wrong thing. It says investigators at other witch-haunted woods locations can commit 1 card to each skill test performed at this location and vice versa.
Well, that's nice.
3
I've got
shroud.
nothing for you in terms of books.
Yeah.
Well, I've got a wild.
It's cool. Look, I'm going to lockpicks.
Yeah.
So that's going to put me in an 8 to the 3. I'm ahead by 5.
Does that mean you test? Oh, you add your. Okay, it's not
Yeah.
testing the foot value. Okay.
Yeah, I add that. So I'm literally 8 to 5. I'm ahead by as much as you can be. I'm going to try to grab a clue.
Location subname there is Tainted Well.
Oh, yeah.
Spanner with the question, if Aticophobia does not trigger when drawn, why can you trigger Live and Learn when drawn? So because it's coming out of hand, I can keep the chain open with cards out of hand, but anything that's on the board, when the triggering event happens, it all goes into the queue. And then anything new that goes onto the board is not going to have the opportunity to enter that queue. But cards from your hand are always playable in that fail a skill test window, as far as I understand it.
Yep. So I'm ahead by 5. We're going to test.
You should be okay.
Got it.
Where's your card draw? Gain cards, put a bunch of, because you have 1,000,000 cards, right? You don't need it?
Yeah, I don't.
You don't need the cards?
That was my turn.
That was your turn. So I've got a pretty easy turn here. I got 4 actions. I'm going to drop this for my first 2. And I've got 2 actions remaining. Second action, I'm going to try to get rid of Racked here.
I'm with it.
It's a 4 to a 3. There's really nothing terribly scary about that, so I'm just going to do it. I'm only a 3 to a 3. That's less good. That's less good.
Well, if you fail, you already have an action back.
Yeah, I've already done all the fun stuff.
Well, if I could help, I would, but
Yeah, thanks. He took all my money.
c'est la vie.
I think I'm just going to get some cash. Are we going to
See you,
advance?
Pierre. I don't think so. I want one more
We
turn.
should, man. We're getting close.
Yeah, but like I literally can lockpick this off,
Mm-hmm.
and then I think that's definitely the turn we go.
Okay. I'm into it. Okay. Then I've got 2 actions remaining. I'm not going to take a bad test. I'm going to gain 2. I'm going to gain the cash.
Okay.
No enemies that matter / that exist. Draw a card. 2, 3, 4, 5,
Oh
6,
yeah, I forgot I had
7,
lucky
8, 9.
cigarette case.
Yeah, that's a good card, isn't it?
Yeah, it'll be nice. So I can basically fully set up. I can try to get this clue. If I do, I'll gain a buck, play my cigarette case. Or I might do that first, because then I'll get a card from the cigarette case. My
Boom.
man. Dumont, 6. Draw a bad card. Diabolic Voices. Test 3 brain. For each point you fail by, discard a random card from your hand. For each card you cannot discard, take a horror.
That's
Plus
fine.
1 difficulty for each copy of this in the discard pile.
There are 2 in the discard pile. 3 in the discard pile. No, wait, sorry, I was counting dissonant. Diabolic Voices is different than dissonant voices. There's only 1 in the discard pile, so it's a +1 to the
So it's
test
a
4.
4.
Man, you're going to hate this campaign with no brains.
I've heard as much. All right, we'll deal with it. So for each point you fail by, so it's going to nuke a lot of my cards.
Yeah, random cards. You know, who cares? You don't need those.
All right. Well, let's go. 4 to 1. -1. So 4.
Lose 4. You want me to pick them?
Be gentle.
This one, this one, this one, and this one.
The worst. You ready for this?
Mm-hmm.
Both my opportunists
Mm-hmm.
and my cigarette case.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And then the card that did.
Hey,
mine.
I got those Netrunner instincts, you know?
That's right.
Never-
All right, it's gone.
Never let it happen. Draw mine. There's a remarkable lack of where it is, witches. Discover the, let's see, a 2/2/2 Coven Initiate. Discard the top 2 cards of the encounter deck. If it causes the encounter to run out of cards, draw the topmost hex. So no, they're just discarding the top. Hey, that gives me an exhaustible witch. It's actually helpful.
The witch.
Something I can actually do.
All right. Back to us.
Back to us.
I'm just going to try to lock picks.
Yeah.
Head
Totally
by
fair.
5. Got it.
Nailed it.
And then I'm gonna move to the middle,
Mm-hmm.
and then I'm
Baby
just
in the
gonna,
middle.
I'm gonna draw a card. Sweet.
Draw a card the old-fashioned way, huh?
Yeah.
Okay, over to me. First action, I'm going to try to...
Run.
Yeah, I think I'm going to go over the top. It's not that bad to fail, unless... What does the tentacle do? Or the gas mask? Exhausted witch. Choose an exhausted or damaged witch enemy, which I would not have. So first, I'm just going to take a crack at 4 to 2, -1 for racked. So 3 to 2. Oh, all 3 woods are connected.
So I'm not gonna do that. I'm just gonna draw an extra card.
Why don't you go get that last clue?
Oh yeah. Instead of drawing.
You have to spawn a witch though, and it'll attack you. So your last action is not.
No, let's
not
just
good.
draw and draw.
Jacob, the test was 4. because it gets +1 difficulty for, what was it, every other copy in the discard pile. So it was a 4 difficulty, not a 3. All right, +1 on the test. That's a -3. I'm going to fail the test. It doesn't trigger that I don't have an exhausted or damaged witch enemy, so that doesn't matter. I'm going to hit the rabbit's foot, bring in a new card. Oh, wow. How awesome is that card? Mysterious Raven. And then I'm going to get a free action. Okay. So I'll do my first real action of 3. That was a fake one.
Yeah, you juked her.
First real action of 3. 2 up is fine, right?
It's like a 60-something% chance. It's pretty good.
Let's go 4 up.
That's a number I don't want to speak. Ah, money maker.
Money, money maker.
Put it in the bank.
Okay, so which is exhausted?
Which one?
Second action, I'm going to perform the racked test. It says it's test 3. If you succeed, there's an exhausted witch enemy at your location. This test is automatically successful.
It's gone.
I think do I still need to draw a token? Probably you still draw a token, and
But
then
you
at the
auto
end.
succeed.
So maybe there would be some weird. I need to put this back in.
Yeah, Chris, he says, at some point you should be moving the act, right?
Do you not draw the token? Is that no? Okay, no token. Cool.
We do. We just want to get all the clues first.
All right. Second action, racked. Third action, we're moving from the witch. And then at the end of the round, so that's after we draw cards and gain money, we can advance, which we'll be doing.
So enemies don't do anything, but ready, technically.
Everything readies.
Then we gain $1 and a card.
$1 and a card. And then I probably have to discard 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I've got a lot of good cards here.
And then do you each want to cash in 2? Just to be safe?
Yeah, let's cash in 2 each. I like that.
Ready? Deeper into the woods, Act 1B. As the rain lets up, a dense fog rolls in throughout the area. Soon all the woods have vanished within the hazy fog. You call out for your companions, but none answer. You grope blindly in the gaze, searching for something, anything, to which you can cling. Each investigator must randomly choose one of the set-aside Arkham Woods locations, put it into play in front of him or her, and immediately move that location. Cannot be canceled. Each investigator spawns a set-aside goat spawn at his or her location. If there are 4 or more investigators in the game, the lead investigator spawns the set-aside Relentless Dark Young, and each other there isn't. Each investigator then tests brain or foot of a 3. Each investigator succeeds, exhausts that enemy, and disengages from it. It also says shuffle one of the set-aside copies of Demonic Piping into the encounter deck. Place the other 2 copies in the encounter deck discard pile. So I have to move here.
Pie hole. Discard pie hole.
I have to move to the house, which has the old house. This location is investigated using brain instead of the skill indicated by the investigator's attempt.
Perfect for you.
Not happening. When the goat spawn is defeated, each investigator at this location takes a horror, hunter, retaliate. So I'm going to test 3 foot.
So what does it say? We test 3 foot or brain to try to exhaust it?
Yep.
Okay. Is it technically an evasion attempt?
No.
No, it is not, because they're trying to get around my insanity. Kev, that is 5 horror on Winnie.
So I have to commit arrogance because I drew it.
Oof.
So I'm -1 there. So it's 4 to 3. Let's add some cards.
Now, if you fail, it's not a big deal, right? It just means you have to first action evade it again, or try to evade it again.
Yeah, but that's fine. Because is this in the previous round?
This is literally at the very end of the round.
Okay,
So
because
the
I
next
haven't
thing
triggered
we'll
my
do-
ability.
Next thing we'll do is Doom and the other
So I'm going to
thing.
commit 2.
Okay.
So this is gonna cancel out, and then I'm at +1, so I'm at 6 to 3.
Okay.
Minus one. So I pass by 2, and I have a few triggers. Nimble says for each point I succeed by, after it resolves, I can immediately move to a connecting location.
That's awesome.
Because I'm not going to be able to do that. I'm just giving up on that dream. So I'm going to move over here. So he's exhausted. I move here.
Nice.
I'm going to trigger her fast action. If 2 different non-weakness cards were committed to the test, I can draw a card.
Mm-hmm.
And then that doesn't happen. That doesn't happen. I succeeded, so then arrogance goes back to my hand.
Yeah, fair enough.
And then you get a test.
Okay, and then I've got a test to see if my goat goes away. And I'm currently a 4 to a 2. It would save me... 4 to a 2 is a pretty good test. I'm gonna stay cool. It's staying there.
Auto fail.
Auto fail.
All right, so then
Rabbit's Foot has been readied, so I get to use that. Draw a card.
This dumps. We go to Act 2A, the Witch Hauntings. Whatever arcane rites are being practiced in these woods, they are attracting the attention of all manner of wild beasts, the likes of which you've never seen. Is this what the soothsayer was trying to warn you about? Locations in front of you are connected to one another. You cannot enter locations in front of other investigators. Objective, if a single investigator spends the requisite number of clues, advance.
How many?
2.
Oh, yeah, let's roll.
So before we get to that was the end of the round. We can't do this yet. Then we doom on. Then back cards.
Now, we can advance it somewhere in here. Oh, yeah, Winnie is once per test, not once per. That's great. You can do it every test. Yeah, Zach's like, what?
Hold on, I need something to throw. It's fine. We'll just do our cards.
Let's just do the bad stuff. We're going to get witch piled, though.
Bedeviled. Put Bedeviled into play in your threat area. You cannot trigger action abilities on cards you control.
Evil Past. Put Evil Past into your threat area. If there is no copy of it in your threat area, which is correct. When the encounter deck runs out, I take 2 horror and test 3, and I try to discard it. So we're going to try to... That's not too bad. That's not too bad.
Let me see. There are no enemies in here.
Oh, and I get to flip this and see what's going on here.
Which location is it?
It says, Unhallowed Ground. It says, after you enter this location, test 4. If you fail, take 1 damage and 1 horror. Is this...
You got dumped into there.
Did I enter it? It said spawn the set-aside location, and I would probably enter it, right? You have to enter it, right?
Immediately move to that location.
Yeah, okay, so we immediately move. So a 4, and I didn't draw this yet whenever that happened. No, I had all those cards. Now I wouldn't have, did the goat people come out before you enter the location or after? It's after you enter the location. So I wouldn't have this from the Rabbit's Foot. Okay, so a 4 to a 3. Well, we're gonna put a take hard into that one. And this would be at the end of the round, too. Yeah, we'll do that. 4 to 3. A -2. Oh no, I failed. It's fine. So I'm going to take 1 damage and 1 horror.
Hara.
But because I take heart, if it fails, I'm going to draw 2 cards and gain 2 resources.
He's loaded.
Yeah. I'm going up to 6. Okay. We've got cards on cards.
All right. So then we get to the round.
Goat spawn is here. Everything is here. We did our bad cards. 1 doom away. Go to the next one?
No,
or?
but before we do that, let's talk about what our plan is.
Yeah.
So my plan is literally succeed at this clue, which is going to pop an enemy out of the deck for me. Hope it's a witch.
Probably will be.
Evade the witch. Then use this to get rid of it.
Well, do we want to see what's next before we do anything?
Yeah, I'm just trying to work out what I'm going to do so that I make sure that it I know what's going on before something bad happens.
Yeah, and then I'm basically evade the goat spawn, move, and probably play Granny, or I might do a dumb luck if I fail on the goat spawn, which is nice, so that I can just put it on top of the encounter deck. So I don't want to do that until you draw your witch.
Yeah, because I don't want to get the goat.
So let's advance. Do you want to use your clues?
I'll do mine because I have more.
Okay.
So spinning 2, we're going to go to Act 2B, Strange Melodies. As you scour the woods for answers or a path that will lead you back home, you find yourself drawn off the beaten trail by a mesmerizing melody of silvery pipes.
Nice.
Deeper into
it's goat people, man. It's like panpipes. Literally.
That's right. Deeper into the damp, hazy woodland you delve, searching for the source of the strange music. Finally, you come upon a foggy clearing, at the center of which lies a half-rotted tree stump. An old but delicately carven wooden flute lies atop the stump, silently beseeching you to approach.
You're playing that flute, right? If we get a chance,
the moment you touch the instrument, the piping melody that lured you here is cut short, and the dense fog around you disperses with a sudden breeze. For the remainder of the scenario, investigators may now enter locations in front of other investigators.
Very nice.
We did it. Act 3A, Paths into Twilight. 6 clues required.
Okay.
With the strange fog dispersed, you are now able to explore the woods. You are unable to find the path that leads back to Uptown, but this is your chance to discover more about the ritual the witches are conducting.
You're telling me we can just advance this right now?
Locations in front of you are connected to one another.
We have 6, man.
You want to do it?
Let's roll.
That's what I'm talking about.
Dude, patience paid off.
Yeah, that's right.
Read your tarot cards,
Yeah,
everybody.
we'll read that back in a second.
Oh, man, so good.
All right.
So let's make sure that we did that right? Somebody's saying in the chat, did you pay clues for the first advance? I think we did, right? So we had a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 clues between us.
And we
did 4, 5, 6, 12. We spent 12, and I have 1 left.
We haven't spent 12.
We should have.
We spent 6.
It should be 4, 2, and then we're spending 6 right now to advance the next phase. Yeah.
So then that is
that's 12.
all of our clues.
Mm-hmm. I've got 1 left. Yeah. We had 13 total.
All right. Act 3B, The Witch's Circle. It's a location. It comes in with 6 clues.
Nice.
It's got 3 shroud.
Man, we totally mind's-eyed the witch's circle here.
Yeah. Revelation, put the witch's circle into play in the center of the play area in front of none of the investigators. The lead investigator spawns the set-aside Annette Mason at the witch's circle. Forced, after the enemy phase begins, move each ready and unengaged witch enemy 1 toward the witch's circle. Towards?
Ready, unengaged witch towards... So they're all trying to get to the witch's circle if they're unengaged. Are they unexhausted as well? After the enemy phase, discard the top 3 cards. Oh, wait, what does that say? After the enemy phase begins, move each ready, unengaged witch. So any witch that is standing up and not engaged with us will start to move towards the witch's circle. They're trying to get there to do their ritual.
Her flavor text says, "Come, sisters, our time is now."
Yeah.
She's got 4 physical, 8 health because there's 2 players, 4 evade, humanoid, witch, elite, retaliate. After the enemy phase begins, discard the top 3 cards of the encounter deck. Spawn each witch enemy discarded by this effect at Annette Mason's location. If no other witch enemies are discarded by this effect, ready her.
Very nice. Okay. And
then 2 victory if we can.
Act 4A. Hey, I've got a gun in my hand. You come across a clearing where a ritual circle has been constructed. Several hooded figures stand around in a trance, unaware of your presence. Overlooking the ritual is a powerfully built woman who brandishes a long, wavy dagger. As she sees you approach, leave this place at once, she commands. Locations in front of you are connected
the name of the act?
to one another. It's called the Circle Unbroken. Objective, if Annette Mason is defeated, advance. If there are no clues on the witch's circle, advance.
You know what we're going to do.
Start shooting?
So anyways.
I don't know, like evade and try to... We're not exactly the brightest clue gatherers in the world.
We're also not the biggest fighters in the world.
Well, I've got a gun and you've got a gun.
Yeah, but I mean, I'm a 5 to her 4.
You're right, not great. But our evade is a 4 to 4 too. We're going to have to rely on some really goofy testing.
I got to get rid of this bedeviled.
Now, here's what we need to also appreciate. So, oh my gosh. So, actually, I'm a clue master.
You just play cards to get the clues.
I can. So, here's what I'll tell you. I can guarantee you that I can get at least 4 clues off of that location without worrying too much about it.
So I think here's my plan still. You with me?
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to attempt to get this clue. If I fail, I at least get rid of my arrogance.
Yeah, that's true.
If I succeed, I get the clue and I get an enemy. And then I literally am going to
Hope it's a witch.
hope it's a witch. Then I'm going to evade the witch.
Mm-hmm.
Then I'm going to get rid of the bedeviled.
Right.
And I'm going to still be here.
Correct.
But I just need to do that so that I can actually come here and be effective next turn.
And then the Coven Initiate. So I might have to evade the goat. I'll tell you what, man. Hold on a second. I can make sure that this happens. I should go first here. I think. Because we got chat, somebody going wrong.
No, there's a crazy story going on.
Is that real?
No, I think it's a fake story.
So the goat spawn has hunter, and all these things are connected. So he'll go to any of the witch haunted woods that we end up in, but he won't go if I evade him for at least a turn. Okay. So I evade the goat spawn.
Mm-hmm.
I move to the woods. I attempt to evade the Coven Initiate. Still 3 actions. I need 4. Because I'm saying if I fail this test, I can make sure the Coven Initiate goes on the top of the deck, and then you draw it with your ability, and you know that you have a witch.
That'd be
because I've got
sweet.
the old dumb luck
That would
going
be
on
sweet,
here.
sweet, sweet.
But I've got a 4 to a 2 on that, so I don't even think I'll fail it, which is pretty interesting. And she's elite, I imagine, right? Yeah, she's elite. Okay.
You know what?
What's that?
Better yet, I get the clue.
Mm-hmm.
I'll get the enemy.
So, yeah.
I didn't have to get the clue necessarily, but I get the enemy. Really, it doesn't matter if it's a witch or not. Because I can come here
And evade.
and evade her.
Yeah. Or don't get the clue. Just roll there, evade her, get rid of Bedeviled. It's a 1 victory point,
I'll
right?
come back and get the clue at the
It's
end.
1 victory point.
So I roll here, I evade her.
Yeah.
We'll start there.
And that won't go wrong, right?
Never.
Okay.
If I fail, I get rid of my arrogance. It's fine.
Oof. You got
Then I
that
try again.
arrogance. Oof.
She does retaliate though. If I miss, is that bad?
That's just on fighting.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's fine.
Now, if you engage her and then you don't manage to evade,
Oh, I'm going to evade.
I'm in
you
a
have
tough,
no idea
you're in a
how,
tough spot. Okay.
how evading it's going to get up in this house. Okay. So I'm going to move to the circle. To the witch's circle. I'm going to engage with old Annette.
Be unbroken.
Then I'm going to evade. I have to put in arrogance, which is a -1.
Mm-hmm.
I also am going to put in a sneak buy, so that'll give me 2 money. Because why not? I'm also going to put in a nimble. So I'm at 2, 3, 8. -1 is 7 to her 4. I'm ahead by 3. I'm going to go ahead and go up by 4.
Okay. Ooh, Streetwise is good to have in this forever, though. Instead of
It's
committing
not
it.
going to last that long.
Are we going for clues?
Yeah.
Okay.
Now, actually, let's do this. No,
Is that fast?
It's a fast action.
Oh
so I'm
my
going to
gosh,
play
yeah,
it
100%,
streetwise,
yeah.
then I'm going to move, then I'm going to evade.
You can play it
and
right
I'm,
now as a
I'm going to
fast
spend
action.
2 to get +2.
That's right.
So I'm at 2, 3, 4, 5. -1 is 4. 9 to her 4. I'm
Yeah.
ahead by 5.
Head by 5. Yeah.
Whew.
Nice.
I succeed, so arrogance will actually come back, which is fine. I trigger her ability, which lets me draw a card. Then she's evaded.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's the problem. I can't get rid of Bedeviled.
You can't? Wait, how's that?
Because I had to play Streetwise first.
Oh, Streetwise isn't fast. I thought you could play it as a fast action.
Then I move. Then I do the evade.
Well, no, don't do that then. Forget that.
Yeah, so we'll flip
Just
drop
go
and
with the
reverse it.
original, yeah.
So, which would have been just fine. So I'll succeed. I have 1 action left. I'll use the action to get rid of this.
Yeah, that's totally fair. That's not bad. That Streetwise being not on the board is going to be a common anger point for both of us.
Yeah, I agree. All right, you're up.
You fail because of sneak by? What's sneak by? What's sneak by? Is it in your hand?
No. Sneak by.
Is there a sneak by text somewhere?
Oh, sneak by.
What's that say?
0 cost event. When this action begins, gain 2 resources. Evade.
Okay. Did you gain 2? No, wait. You just as a skill, right? Why are we failing?
You either play the event sneak by for the evade action or use it icons. Oh, I either gain 2 money or I get the 2.
Yeah.
Got it. Yeah, that's fine. I'll go without the money.
Yeah. Yeah. 100%. That makes a lot more sense.
Yeah, I thought it was committed to the skill test. Get the money and add the.
Well, that would be sick.
Agreed.
That would be sick. Okay, Goat Man. First action, I'm going to try to evade this goat spawn. It's a 4-2-A2. Success.
Great.
Okay. Second action.
It's pretty cool, a card that you can play as an event or as a skill. I get it. It's just a skill test, but...
This is a good question. So are we doing the clue route? It's victory 2. I like that. If we can just...
She's also victory 2.
I can evade her next turn. Can you get any clues? Or are we in a shooting mood? Like, just where are you?
Well, so the problem with shooting is my stat's a 5 to her 4.
Yeah, with retaliate.
Whereas I can use lockpicks to get an 8 on this each round.
So we should do the clues. Let's play a clue game. Let's play a fun game here.
Now, beware. Buyer beware. We haven't seen a lot of witches. Plus, this is going to advance. Plus, she's going to discard 3 and put witches in.
We're about to be in the witches. There's going to be so many witches. It's going to be insane.
Yeah.
Well, do we want them? And this one's going to move to here. So there's just going to be a witch party.
A witchening. I'm going to get piled on by witches.
Let's see. How many clues could I get is the question. Man, it might be shooting time. Because the thing about shooting is if you're engaged with 5 witches and you take a shot at one of those witches, there's no attacks of opportunity. But if we got 5 witches on us and we try to investigate that location, that's 5 attacks of opportunity.
But the discarded things spawn here, and I can put all of them on me.
So you're saying I just try to churn out 6 clues?
While I'm distracting the witches.
I mean, I have a 2 stat. I can get 4 clues reliably, maybe 5.
Question, if you get the clues and we decide we have to fight, does that really change what you would do this turn anyway?
I'd either play the gun or I wouldn't.
Why don't you play the gun to be safe? You can always get the clues next turn, because I'll have the witches. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So if I take the witches, you can always go the clue route.
That's right.
But be prepared to fight if we have to fight.
Well, I don't know that we have the time if I don't get the clues. I think I need to get a clue this turn is what I mean. I think I move, I get a clue, and then next turn I have to get
If I have all the
3
enemies
clues.
anyway, you can play a gun if you need to.
Yeah, that's right.
Either way, as long as one of us has the enemies, it doesn't matter.
And these witches are doing sanity damage, so that's less exciting for you.
Now my book is better than yours.
It is.
And I have skill tests to commit.
How many?
I mean, it's bad. I have air guns right now. I'll put it to you that way. Do your cards that get extra clues need to be you doing whatever it does that does that, or they react to something happening?
I got 4 pumps. I got 5 pumps. No, I've got 4 pumps. I got 5 pumps that I could put into your test that all basically give you +1. But that's a 4 to a 3. That is not, the math isn't good. I've got 2 auto clues, and I've got 2 good shots at clues. 3 good shots at clues.
It's you.
I should get them. Yeah, I should get them.
Because we have to do 8 damage? That's so much damage.
That's a lot of damage.
I mean, I'll be shooting at her either way.
We were shooting. Second action will move.
What's amazing about this Mauser is I can fire it over and over again in the same turn.
I'll fire that Mauser. I should probably take a crack at trying to get a clue right now.
Deliver.
Although, if we hit the gas mask, choose an exhausted witch at your location or connecting location, which would be this one. Ready that enemy and heal all damage from it. I don't want to ready her. So there's a part of me that definitely wants to just take a random shot and get a free action if I fail. But the other part of me doesn't want to hit that gas mask. There's two of them.
What are the odds?
What are the odds? Well, what do you think the odds are? Two gas masks. What are the chances there?
About 13%.
Okay, I'll try it. Lockpick, you can only do once a turn, right?
Yep.
Yeah, that's not, we don't have that many turns. Oh my gosh. 2 book to a 3 shroud, Zach, at a +1 equals success. That's a free clue that we did not earn, and that's going to be very, very good for us.
Were you planning on failing that test?
Well,
so
you may as well take a crack, but if
it
it works, you get a free clue, which is what that's the best outcome, for sure.
So you moved, you got a free clue.
Yeah, I
Now
evaded Goatman, moved, got a free clue.
Okay.
Yep.
Into the round?
Into the round. Oh no, something bad.
What?
I can't get to the witch's circle from there. It's a plus sign, and I'm in the woods. Is there something where all the connection locations are connected? Okay, yeah, it's true. So I would have to move, evade, move here, move there, and then I wouldn't be able to test.
We were excited for nothing.
That's a real bummer. I wanted that test so bad. Can I get that one next time?
So, yeah, I got nothing for you.
Yeah, I think I just evade, move, and then we start trying to churn.
Jake's saying all locations are connected?
But it says put it in the center of the table. It says all locations in front of you. So this one, it said to spawn at one in the middle of the table, didn't it? Yeah, only the ones in front of you. And I think, is it in front of us? Is it between us? What does in front of us even mean in this instance?
That's in front of me.
I mean, yeah, it's in front of me, right here. Right here, look, it's right here. I'll wait until somebody, we need an outpouring of support or denial in the chat for us to make this decision. This is where the chat can literally decide our fate. It says place it in the center of the table, so that's probably not in front of either player.
I don't know about you, but the center of this table is definitely in front of us.
It's in front of me. Yeah, I mean... All right, everyone's saying the location says it's not in front of anyone. Is that true? In front of none of the investigators. And this says locations in front of you are connected to one another. So it is not connected. I'm in the Arkham Woods location. It's not connected. So I've got to move. Clue goes back on.
Yeah. It's connected to all the Witch Haunted Woods, but that's it.
But Arkham Woods, it is not, unfortunately. All right, well, we'll save that test for later. And then we go...
Enemies ready?
Enemies ready. Let me make sure that there's nothing fast that I can play here.
Now, that's the other thing is I can actually just start shooting her while you're working on the clues.
Don't get her retaliate.
It doesn't matter. I have health for days.
She does sanity.
Whatever. That's what Lonnie's made for.
I think you're going to have plenty of witches to deal with. I wouldn't worry about it.
We'll see. Well, technically, everything ready's right.
Mm-hmm.
And then after the...
Well, actually, that's not true. So let's put everything back. Okay, so then at the end of the investigator phase, any end of round stuff or end of turn stuff doesn't matter. So then the enemy phase...
I lose 2 money.
There you go. What's that from?
this card I just drew.
Oh, right. Hilarious. End of the round or end of the turn?
End of your turn.
Okay.
Oh, so I still have 1 money.
Not yet. Into the investigator phase.
Yeah. But I mean, I gained 1 of those. You'll see.
Then this says, after the enemy phase begins, which is now, discard the top 3 cards of the encounter deck. Spawn any wishes.
Oh no. 2.
We'll go with the plan, right?
Coven Initiate and the Priestess of the Coven.
Oh, they'll actually attack immediately. Spawn each witch enemy discarded this, and that's if no witch enemies are discarded, ready her. Okay, so she's still down. Then the enemies attack. So you're going to take damage from both of those. Now I can take one of them too, if I need to. I can work double duty here. We're getting witch piled.
I think I just keep you clear. I really do.
Okay.
Because our chance is to downtown that one.
And in fact, revelations as well. Discard the top 2 of the encounter deck.
Yeah, if it causes the deck to run out, it does not. And then she gets +1 fight, +1 evade for each witch in the encounter discard pile, which is just 1.
Okay.
So we remember.
Okay. Interesting. And then they attack you.
I already took it.
You took it, yeah.
In fact.
Okay. Cool. Then everything stands up. Do you want Mama Witch as well? I don't like this at all.
You have 1 job.
All our cards stand up. Goat Man stands up. He'll be joining the party next turn.
She comes, right?
Actually, he won't be able to get. He'll have to wait 1. Yeah. And then everyone moves.
Same with this Goat Man.
Move each ready unengaged witch once towards the circle, so she'll actually come in and attack you as well. Because it's at the start of the enemy phase.
Yep. Here we go.
Well, hey, you can always...
Now, these witches I can potentially shoot with a single bullet.
That's true. Start killing. And then if you need me to pull one off of you to not die or something and then evade it, I can deal with that.
We'll get to that.
Yeah.
All right, draw a card.
Yeah, draw a card. Gain a resource. Is that a good card or bad card?
It's Pilfer. Costs 4, but it uses my foot instead of my book. If I succeed, I discover 2 additional clues.
We may need to do a downtown and Pilfer at the end of this thing. Yeah. Okay, so we've done all of that, and then it's the end of the round, and then we advance the agenda. And we hope it's okay for us.
The rite commences, Agenda 1B. This is actually pretty thematic. The moon reaches the height of its arc in the night sky. The tree begins to shift and twist in the breeze, as though made of something other than solid matter. Dozens of birds suddenly scatter from every treetop. In the distance, you can hear a faint melody, the pitch bending in the wind. A cloaked figure emerges from the darkness beyond the brush, a vortex of magical energy coalescing at her feet. Are you the ones who have been meddling with our works? She wonders aloud, gazing at you suspiciously from underneath her thick hood. It is no matter. You are not welcome here, she threatens. Be gone or face the consequences. Discard all but the last 5 cards from the encounter deck. The investigator with the most cards in his or her hand must draw the topmost witch enemy in the encounter discard pile.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Oh, wait,
4.
I need to discard down to 8.
Yeah, and you'll get this.
Okay, one of these. Might want that, want that, want that, want that. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Oh, it says play area, not hand. His or her play area. I have 3.
What do we need in our play area? Cards?
It says
I have 1 card.
the
in my
investigator with the
two
most cards in
my
his
play
or
area.
her play area must draw the topmost witch.
Yeah.
That's me?
Yep.
Great.
Start shooting, man.
Agenda 2A, the night howls. As midnight draws near, the forest begins to take on another form. A canopy of darkness overtakes the stars. The wind.
Oh, wait, she discarded the top 2?
Yep, and if it discards the last card,
It did.
topmost hex, I draw the topmost hex.
You're getting witched, man.
The wind picks up in intensity. It's whistling and echoing through the trees. A dangerous power gathers deep within the woods, drawing only the foul and the foolish. Forced at the end of the round, place a doom on this agenda for each witch enemy at the witch's circle.
So you got bedeviled, so you can't use your gun. So we're gonna have to. I'm gonna have to do some magic here. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Wait, what is this? What is this? 2, 3. What did I just draw? Oh, that's the top of the discard. Nope. That was my deck. This is my hand. Okay, so what is this? At the end of the round, place 1 doom for each witch enemy at the witch's circle. Okay, so we need to start moving through witches. I need to resolve this. When the encounter deck runs out, take 2 horror and test 3 brain. If I succeed, discard. And this is the beginning of the round, so I've got Rabbit's Foot and extra action on tap here. I'm not going to worry about this test. That doesn't matter. There's no damaged witches or unexhausted witches, right? So I fail the test, trigger this to draw a card, and get an extra action this turn. So I'm at a 4 action turn coming into this one. Now, this test would give you attacks of opportunity. That's a problem. But if you don't do it, you cannot use your gun.
Well, I think the real thing I have to do is evade.
Mm-hmm.
Evade.
Mm-hmm.
Automatically remove that.
Take 3.
Yep.
Now,
I can fast action to heal 1 here.
here's the thing, man.
Mm-hmm.
I can drop a gun and start shooting those Coven Initiates. I've got a gun that does +1 damage to you. I'll be at a 4 to a 2. If I miss, I do a damage to you. You can take the meat. You just can't take the sanity.
Yeah.
Okay. And I think that's best. I've got 4 actions, so I'm like gun, pow, 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 power wheels kind of a situation. And then at that point, it's pretty manageable. Like,
We just have to manage this board.
we have to manage this moment right here, yes. Okay. All right, so we advance the, now we gotta get the bad cards. So bad card away, if you would please, starting with you, if you can believe it.
Rotting Remains.
Let me go. Do you have any brain cards that are particularly good?
No. In fact, I have to commit arrogance.
Hold on a second. This is great. Okay, give me a second. So, if I commit neither rain nor snow, it'll give you +3, and it says if the skill test fails, cancel all effects of the failed test.
Okay, great.
That means the arrogance would go back to your hand because it wouldn't be discarded. Oh no, wait.
If it succeeds, I return it to my hand. So it will go back.
So it will go away.
No, it will go back to my hand if I succeed.
Yes, if you succeed. But if it fails, you don't take the Rotting Remains effects,
And this goes away.
and that goes away.
That's great.
Okay, so fail it.
So -1 +3. So I'm at 2. I'm 3 to 3.
So we kind of want it to fail. Either way, it's fine,
Yeah.
though, right?
I fail. So arrogance goes away. And I don't take the Rotting Remains.
That's right, because cancel all effects
Yep,
of the failed
perfect.
test, right? Welcome to the U.S. Postal Service, man.
Spanish saying that is a good play.
Who's laughing now? Ancient Evils, that's not a problem. 1 Doom.
Doom on.
You got it. You're the Doom man.
The Doom Man. Well,
Okay, dude. So I need to drop a gun, and I need to shoot 3 times.
that's right.
I'm in a position to do that. 18 Derringer coming in. You didn't know I had it. I had it the whole time.
How are you shooting 3 times?
I've only got 2 ammo, so I'm gonna shoot 2 times.
Yeah. That's still fine.
But I do have 3 actions, so hopefully we can make something out of this. So first shot. Fight +2. And I'm now going to a 5 to its 2.
Head by 3.
3 up is fine, right?
I think so.
And worst case scenario, you take 2 damage, and you've got plenty of that. One dead witch.
Whoosh.
Okay. Second. Witch again. Pow pow.
Doing the Lord's work here. Alex says, as a USPS carrier, I am loving this character. Don't fail me now.
Boom. Tony Zeros rises from his grave. 2 witches down.
All right.
Third action. I'm getting in a witch killing mood, honestly. Third action, I'm going to play third of 4, technically. I had the extra action from failing. I'm going to play Mysterious Raven.
Caca.
I'm going to use its fast action, discard, take a horror, discover a clue.
Come on now. All right.
Now, instead of doing that, if you need me to pull a witch off of you, I can, and just take an attack of opportunity.
I'm currently in the clear.
Okay.
I won't die.
You're looking good.
Yeah. So the first thing I'm going to do is evade this witch. It's a 2. I'm at a 5. You got rid of my arrogance, so that's really helpful. So I'm at 3 ahead.
3 is a good test. Right?
That's a really good
We
test.
can't hate that.
Got it.
Zeros are coming in, man.
So she's evaded. She actually doesn't have that anymore. Oh, now it's actually +2 because there's 2 dead witches in there. Discard pile. She's evaded. And then because there's an exhausted witch at my location. I'm going to evade. I have to evade a net now.
I can give you +1.
I'm ahead by 1.
There's actually 2 witches on.
I really need this to work. So if you can give me 1, I'm going to commit. What do you say?
I can.
So I'm ahead by 1, 2, 3, plus your card is 4.
Coming in, let me get you a nice token for this witch.
Nice. I'm ahead by 4 as long as you give me 1.
Rabbit's foot coming in.
Got it.
Zeros on
Fire.
fire.
All right. And then my last action, I'm going to test here. I'm actually going to commit a reckless. I auto succeed because there's an exhausted thing. It says I have to pass a test to get this out of my hand.
Mm-hmm.
So I commit 0, but I auto pass.
I think that works.
Yeah.
I think it works.
I've been looking at that for a minute.
I think that works. If I'm not mistaken. Okay. Are we done?
And then we're done.
Turns are done.
So the enemies do their thing. She's going to attack me for 1. And actually, I'll fast action to spend a money and heal 1 off Lonnie before we go to the end of the round. So you can heal an item and herself 1.
Mm-hmm.
So she heals 1, and then I'll take this attack.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll take 1 back.
Nice.
Enemies are going to
Okay.
ready and attack.
So she heals 1 damage from her.
Heal
and
damage
1
from an
horror.
asset and 1 horror from herself. For 1.
She can heal and she can heal herself from both stats once per.
No. She heals a damage from an asset.
Is she not an asset?
From an item asset. Yeah, it's like my leather coat or jacket.
Right.
She can heal a physical off of it and heal a trauma or a horror off of her.
So what item did you heal?
It says heal the damage from that asset. Choose an item asset you control. I don't have an item asset, so can I not do that?
Lockpicks is an item asset.
Oh yeah, so I'll heal the lockpicks 1.
Can you do that?
I assume so.
Ah.
Because it doesn't say, it says choose an item asset controlled by Investigator. Heal the damage from it and Lonnie.
Okay.
It doesn't say, like, it's not part of the
I'm with
class.
it. Now you will take an attack of opportunity here if you get rid of that be doubled.
That's fine.
Okay.
And I'll put the extra damage here.
So let's see. You put the damage there. Yeah, you do the heal thing. Okay.
Yep.
That's clean. I'm with it.
All right. Then these things are going to come back to me.
Well, hold on. We got this weird trigger situation. So leave them down, and then let's resolve the thing. So we're done with our any end of the turn stuff that needs to happen on your end or my end.
Mm-hmm. Well, technically I already took this attack, but we'll back that up. I took the attack of opportunity.
It's attack of opportunity.
I haven't taken the actual attack yet.
Right. Okay, now we go to the start of the enemy phase. At the start, after the enemy phase begins, move each ready, unengaged witch enemy once towards the witch's circle. There are no ready, unengaged witch enemies. Then, Priestess of the Coven. No, Annette says, after the enemy phase begins, the top 3 cards of the encounter deck, discard them.
No witches.
Okay. Then she readies because no witch enemies were discarded.
Okay.
I can take her. I feel like you're in a problematic situation.
Agreed.
So why don't I take a 1-1 here? Then hunters are going to hunt.
These guys both move 1 closer.
Woods move to wherever because they're all connected. So we're 1 away from the goat people. And then attacks on anything that comes at you. So I get a 1 and a 1. Okay. And that has swung. Then we go to the good stuff. Yep, everything readies, everything readies, everything
I'll probably
readies.
take her.
Yeah, you can take the meat, right?
Yeah.
And then are you about to start shooting, right?
That is the goal.
Assuming you don't get bedeviled again. And then we ready, and then we draw a card, gain a resource. Oh, that is such a good card to see.
Then we doom on, and there's 3 witches in the circle.
3 witches in the circle, so
3 doom on.
3 doom on. Okay, so I see how this works.
Then I draw a card.
Normal doom goes on. Gotta have a quick thinking doom man on this one. Then we draw the cards, yes. And if there's anything bad, let me know.
Rotting Remains. It's the worst. That's how I lose.
Neither rain nor snow.
Same thing.
Same thing.
So I'm ahead by 1 because I'm not arrogant anymore.
Postal Service is keeping those rotting remains right off of you.
Yeah. Thank you. Delivering those protection suits.
No biohazards, please.
Now your bag card.
Yep. Frozen in Fear, the worst. The first time you perform move, fight, or evade, it costs 1 additional. Okay, cool. Cool. All right, and then it's our turn.
All right. Well, let's think about this.
Vitek, I don't think so. If I play a test of will, why would I? Oh, on this one, on Frozen in Fear, that is worth doing. You're completely right. So let's play a test of will. Test 3 brain to try to cancel the effect.
Of the Frozen Fear? Yeah, that would be good if you could pass it.
I've only got a 3 brain. You have any brains? No,
No.
You're fresh out of nonsense. I could go to 4 by getting this other test of will done. Four to a 3? Can you take that test?
My 1 brain?
No, I mean, do you take a 4 to a 3? Is that worth it?
I mean, if you're not going to do anything else with the money, you may as well try to not get Frozen in Fear.
Yeah. I think I'm going to use the other test of will to pump it.
Sure.
I mean, it's a 3 to a 3. It's not really going to do any good on a lot of these tests because it's basically the same test.
Yeah. You may as well try. This is kind of
let's
our time.
And if I fail, I get a card and I get 4 actions.
Yeah,
so
that's
my
fine.
first action is 2 from Frozen.
Yeah, that's fine.
So it's not terrible. There you go.
Auto fail.
I'll fail hard. Fail up. Oh, that's really good. Okay, so now we have some things to do. I just failed that test. If you take the attack of opportunity by doing the foot skill card, are you still alive?
Foot skill card?
Oh, you need money.
I got rid of that card
Okay.
because it costs 4. I didn't think there was a way I was ever going to have 4 to use it.
Yeah, that's fair. So I've got a choice to make here.
Well, I feel like my play for what it's worth, is shoot. Shoot, shoot.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Well, actually, I'm trying to get the enemy off of you.
That's ultimately okay. Yeah, so because we're gonna have 2 goats coming in too.
I assume I will take the goats. They just do 1 physical. It's totally fine.
Yeah. And then what I'm trying to decide is I can go double grit your teeth to get +1 to every skill for the remainder of the round. So I go to +2.
Mm-hmm.
So I can investigate a 4 to a 3 3 times. And then after that, it's like the next turn we definitely get it. But I have to succeed on those tests. I think I probably go and try to do a 4-3.
What's your fight?
My fight
If you have those.
would be a 5.
Still not good enough.
But I could punch. Like you could do
1 damage here would be a big difference.
Yeah. Yeah. But then Annette, I've got to deal with Annette first.
Can you evade her?
I can. I'd evade a 6 to a 4. So I can do a 6 to a 4 here, then a punch here, and then
Try
to get a clue.
And then my goal would be here, here, and we'd be down to 1 witch. So the doom slows way down. The goats would come to me.
And then Annette will stand up and swing, not to be forgotten.
Unless we get another witch out of the deck, which I don't think there is.
I don't think there's any more. So let me see if Grit Your Teeth is really, if this is the turn for Grit Your Teeth.
Might not be.
Because I will be failing additional tests, that I know. If I wasn't Frozen in Fear, I'd be so much happier about it. But it will help me pass Frozen in Fear, which is actually really important too. I'll be a 5 to a 3. I'm trying to get rid of it. I think this is the turn. I'm going to do it. Okay.
Now, the real question is who goes first?
That is the question, yeah.
Because the priestess, yeah. I mean, I think you may as well go first, actually.
Mm-hmm. Try to evade, try to punch.
Yeah.
Is that still our play?
Yeah.
So I've got 4 actions. Try to evade a 6 to a 4. I mean, that's the best I've got. And worst case scenario, I do it twice. I try it twice.
Yeah.
All right, first action now. Yeah. Yeah, Spanda, that's probably true. That seems better. That's all in the same window then, yeah? All right, let's evade Annette. Nailed it.
And you get that 0 again on this punch.
And let's punch. We've got a 5 to a 2.
She's a 4.
She's a 4. That punch is less exciting on that. So I could also punch, or yeah, punch to kill this one, because these tests are too bad. Or I could try to get 2
I think
clues.
you just get 2 clues, because this is going to take me a single shot.
Mm-hmm.
And then I can just try to pump shots into this.
Okay. Retaliate is a problem there.
If I shoot and miss,
Do we just
hang out.
Wait, what did she say? +1 for each witch enemy in the encounter discard pile. Bummer. Okay, so she's a problem.
I mean, I might just shoot here, evade
She's
here.
the meat witch, so it doesn't really matter. You can take attacks from her a few times.
But I think the smarter thing is evade her.
Yeah.
Literally, get this one off the table, so we're down to 2 witches.
Mm-hmm.
Evade this, and then try to get 1 more clue.
She'll try to evade her first probably, right? Because she'll get +1 if this one goes to the discard pile.
Yeah, that's right.
Now, the real question is then for me, do I go ahead and just try to snipe 2 clues here?
I think you try to snipe 2 clues, because if I can evade and take this out, I can use my lockpick to get another clue here.
Yeah.
And then we're down to 2 clues next round.
Okay. So these are not great tests, but I'll take a 4 to 3. It's fine. Sometimes you got to get a little, you got to get those zeros. Now, what happens if we get that gas mask ready and heal? Okay, it's not terrible. -4. It's fine. Last action, I'm going to try that again.
Sweet.
That's all right. Got them out of the bag for you.
All right, let's evade the Priestess of the Coven. I'm ahead by 3.
Head by 1.
Ahead by 1. Let's try it. Got it.
Ah, yeah, that's what we needed. Good news, Bears.
Then I'm going to fire my gun. I'm at a 5 to 2. Head by 3.
Mm-hmm.
Failed.
If you fail, what happens? Oh, no,
Maybe you succeed by 2 or more.
Wow. There's nothing to be. Oh wait, hold on. I need a frozen in fear test here.
Oh, I meant to commit this.
What do you got? Well, just what do you got? What is it?
It's another copy of Lonnie.
Yeah, that's probably right. Although you could play her down to soak some more damage.
I'm never going to have 4. Not happening.
Let me get rid of this. Oh my gosh, I can't get rid of frozen in fear. Oh my gosh, the bag just said no, 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 no. No, no, no. After some good zeros, though.
Yeah. Let's see. I'm going to spend the money on a fast action here. I can't believe I didn't commit that card.
Take it back.
Let's...
I don't care.
Yeah.
I don't care.
There's no reason for me not to do that. And
You'll get a tentacle if we've taken the fate.
It would have made me a 4 up, which is the number.
I say you do it.
All right.
It's a cooperative game. We
We
play
did
how we
it.
want it. Pull a new token, though.
I don't succeed to ready it. All right, here it is.
You've got to give the game a chance to tell you no.
-3. I still pass.
Totally good.
Witch is gone. 1 action left. I'm going to use my lock picks. I'm at an 8 to a 3.
Yeah.
Head by 5. It'd be really funny if I missed the lock picks. Got it. 1 clue off. We're still doing...
Still treading water.
Yeah.
These witches know how to party.
Mm-hmm.
So she's now a 3, is that right?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Okay.
So what's the order here?
Okay, now everything starts again. Okay, at the start of the enemy phase, move all unengaged witches.
Done.
They can't. Stands up. Who's taking the swing? I can take a crack.
Well, I think... Do you have any cards in your hand that are going to let you get clues?
2 of them.
2 clues for easy? Because, like, technically, I have my 1 that I'm going to get a clue pretty easily here. With my
Let's
lock
see.
pick.
1. I'm on getting 2 clues pretty commonly. Basically, I've got to play the card, and then I've got to, it's the,
Because we're about to get goaded, too.
yeah, we're going to get goaded. But,
Let me take her. I think that, like, if it comes to my turn, and I literally have this, and the goats, I can do this once and take all the attacks of opportunity and not die
okay.
and get a clue. So if you can get it down to 1 clue on your turn.
Yeah. Yeah, so what I'm going to need to happen, I'm going to have to fail whatever test is on the Doom. Whatever test is on the cards there. If I get a failure, I get 4 actions, which would mean that I can do that. Yeah.
So let me just take her.
Okay.
And she does the 1 and 1.
1 and 1.
So I'm going to put 1 here and 1 here.
Lonnie's good.
She's really good.
Okay, and then we have the other one.
Oh, wait. No, we mill 3 cards, technically.
Right. Yeah, we know there's no witches.
And there's
though,
no
right?
witches. So then she readies.
And then she goes to you. And then this one, move each unengaged witch enemy once. That happened. Then we do the top 3. She stands up. Then hunters hunt. Are you getting the goats?
I think so.
All right. Goat on.
We just got to give ourselves a chance.
Terrifying goat people.
And then this readies, and I also get her back.
Can you take all of those attacks? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7? Technically, you can.
Yeah. I get 1 shot at it.
Good luck, Stella. Hope this works.
Doom on. Plus 2 more from the witches.
Mm-hmm.
Plus
I
a
don't
bad
like
card.
these odds. These are not good odds. Oh, wait, we got to draw a card and gain a money. Oh my gosh, look at this. Weakness. After you initiate a skill test with a difficulty of 4 or higher, take a damage. Okay, that's not bad. I can deal with that.
Okay. Bad cards?
Bad cards.
I got racked.
Cool. What is that?
-1 to each of your skill tests during the first skill test you perform each round.
Yeah.
That's fine. What's your
Oh,
bad card?
goats will attack straight away. You take 2 damage from those goats. So now our plan is disastrous. Demonic piping. If the piper is in play, deal 1 horror to each investigator. Otherwise, put it next to the agenda deck. Surge. Weird. Creepy. Dissonant voices. I cannot play assets or events. That messes with my plan. New plan is needed.
Bad.
Yeah. It's all bad. 9, 10, 11, 12. We have how many witches? 2. So we'll advance it 3, so we can technically have 1 more turn. So I can't play anything. This last, like, 30 minutes of Arkham was probably the worst it has ever gone.
It is rough.
It is the worst it has ever gone for me. Ever. Like, the hits just kept coming. I thought that the prologue was like getting punched in the face. I feel like I'm getting body slammed by this game right now. I don't think there is an out. We just take tests. Hope for the best. I'll draw off the rabbit's foot.
Bummer.
I can't play assets or events, man. These are assets or events. So the best I've got is a 2 to a 3, 3 times in a row.
Well, as long as you get 1, you have 2 easy clues coming, right?
Next turn, yes.
Yeah. So as long as you need 2.
But if these things eat you, they all come to me. And then the moment I play an asset, they kill me.
But I have ideas about that.
Okay, you all have ideas? Got some good ideas?
So I think it's an evade turn for me. I can literally pretty reasonably evade at least the goats. And then someone.
I can take one of those enemies. If that's helpful. I mean, I can take a couple of swings from attacks of opportunity. This Frozen in Fear is absolute garbage. Have I ever told you how much I hate this card? Dissonant voices. Man, cannot. My least favorite word in a game.
Let's think about this.
There could be some kind of Bugatti card in here. We don't know what's in these decks, so I've got 5 left. I've got 6 left. I've got 1 guaranteed clue and 2 near guaranteed clues, but it's 4 actions.
I mean, I feel like you just try to get clues right now.
I think that's right.
And if I need you to on your last act, let me go first.
Yeah, you go first.
Because then you know whether you need to pull an enemy off of me or
Yeah,
not.
that's fair.
We're going to go goat spawn. My first test is -1. I'm ahead by 2. Failed. Then I'll do it again.
There are no odds in Arkham. There is only suffering.
That one I got.
There is only death.
Then I'll do the last one.
Pain. Awfulness.
Auto fail.
There's nothing here.
Auto fail. Okay.
This isn't a game, Zach. This is an exercise in misery.
Yep. I'll pay 1 to remove this. Then it's your turn. So I think. I think you start by trying to get a clue. And you fail to get your extra action, et cetera, et cetera.
Worst thing that can happen is, who knows, man? How many tentacles are in here?
Doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
We just need it to hit.
It will, though. It will. Here it is. You put some peanut butter on that or something? Is that sticky today?
It all went bad when I drew both weaknesses on the same turn.
Oh, help me, Rabbit's Foot. Help me. It won't help. Okay, so that was fine. I do have 3 actions still because Stella's ability.
I think you keep trying clues and you might take an enemy off of me.
Okay.
Particularly
So,
Annette. And she'll already be ready, so she won't ready and do her thing.
Second action of 4. +1, baby. Look at that. You see that light at the end of the tunnel?
One more try? Or do you think you can get those clues next round? Because if you can...
Are you going to die?
Just not.
That's a Zach Bun guarantee.
That's right. It's just right on the edge. But if you take a net, I don't lose Lonnie. Is the real trick here.
So what I'm saying is...
In fact, I'm not going to heal her yet because I can fast action that in a minute.
I have 2 actions remaining. Here are my options.
Okay.
Oh, I can't play assets.
Yeah.
Okay, I forgot that the game
Dunked on you. Yeah.
is very frustrating. So I've got 2 actions remaining. I'll take a crack.
Yeah.
And then I'll take an enemy.
Because as long as we survive... Well, my plan to last minute grab a clue is not going to happen anymore because I'm going to have too much damage. You just have to get clues.
If I can play assets next turn, I can pretty well guarantee, 2 clues for sure.
Well, if you get one here and you can guarantee 2,
Oh, then we're in the business.
then we're in the biz.
All we need is a superstar or 2 of the +1s.
You're down by 1.
Yeah.
You have any cards you can commit to this?
Come rain or shine. No cards that I don't need to play to get those 2 clues next turn.
Okay. He drew a card from his lucky foot.
No, it's from the
Rabbit's
Foot was the card draw. Okay, here comes Dad. Devastatingly close. It was a good shot, though. Okay, last action. What's the last action? Do I need to take some heat?
If you grab a net... No, I think I just have to take it. You have to get those clues next round.
If I fail a test in the Mythos phase, I will be able to do that.
Guaranteed?
Guaranteed.
Always
No,
deliver?
not guaranteed at all.
Well, then what are you
Pretty
promising
high.
me?
One of them's guaranteed. 2 of them are very likely. And who knows? Maybe I draw a card that matters. But, I mean, let's see. Where are you? How much can you take? See, you would take 2. That'd put you up to 6, 7. And then you'd have goat stuff.
So, technically, the extra this would make me just lose Lonnie.
Yeah.
If I don't have her, I can heal Lonnie 1 and then take 3 here.
Mm-hmm. I can also, like, just take that priestess. I don't know. It's kind of tempting to have Lonnie...
Take 1 and 1.
Yeah, just, like, cleanly die.
Yeah. So if you take the priestess, that's fine too. But she's also very hard to evade.
Yeah, it wouldn't be an evade type situation, which would be a problem for us ultimately in the end here.
Mm-hmm.
My grant. So just looking at it. So
Actually, no. If you take the goat spawn, then this is the best thing. If you take the goat spawn, I heal 1 here with Lonnie. I take a trauma here and 3 physical. I'm not dead. Then this is the easiest thing for you to evade next round.
I would not even evade it.
You just take
I would just take damage,
Yeah.
take damage, take damage, take damage.
So I think a goat spawn's what you do.
Okay. Because then I'm looking at what?
Damon, good day, everyone. ...
4.
Then backs away slowly after seeing what's going on.
So I would take 4, and then my last action would technically kill me.
Oh, how?
So that would change. That would just change the math. That would mean you still got that lockpick for the finale.
But I can't take an action that... Can I take an action that would kill me?
No, you died.
So I don't have the lockpick finale.
Because I'm in the same spot. If I take Goat Spawn now, it does 1 damage to me. I go to 4, and then the 4 things that I need to do would do 4 damage to me and kill me as well.
Unless I go first.
You go first and engage
And
it.
re-engage the Goat Spawn.
That's right. I think we got to pass the Goat Spawn around, yeah.
It's a game of Goat Spawn.
Okay, and then at the end of my turn, I get to test this stupid thing. Maybe I pass it, maybe I don't. I passed it. Thank you. Oop. That was actually also critical to the plan. I didn't even know it. Okay.
This goes away, right?
Not yet. End of the round. So then we go to the top of the enemy phase. Discard the top 3 for witch stuff. She readies and does things. Then everything moves towards it, which doesn't matter. Everything stands up. Who gets this goat? You want to get a goat?
Well, he's exhausted, so he doesn't attack this round, right?
He doesn't attack, no.
I'll take the goat.
Okay. And then attacks happen. I take 1. Yeah?
I'm going to put 1 and 1 here, and then I take 2 damage.
Mm-hmm.
By
Okay.
Lonnie.
It's good while it lasted, though, yeah?
Yep. Okay.
Okay, then we get a card and a resource. Okay.
Oh, that's totally true.
What's that?
If I engage, attacks of opportunity happen, right?
Mm-hmm. I think so.
So let me keep the goat. Take extra damage. And
Hope
you
for
have
the best.
you have an action left instead of engaging. So maybe a card or a resource, or I don't know.
Okay. I'm really I'm as hopeful as you are.
You either get a card. You want to get an extra card? You get an extra action because you spent 1 to engage,
Oh.
which didn't happen.
Sure. I guess I'll take a card.
Might be an answer. Or an extra skill test of some sort. Then we get Doomon.
Doomon.
Bad cards. Bedeviled.
Interesting.
I've been buried.
Interesting. Frozen in Fear. Ah, so everything's...
Investigate doesn't cost you an
it
extra.
doesn't
though.
cost you an extra, no. Okay. So... let's see. First action, you play Ye Old Keyring.
Okay. Is that what you drew?
No, that's what I've had for a very long time. Comes in with 2. There's no clever way. This is also standing up.
I can't throw you my lockpicks, can I?
How much? So this is only 1 sanity. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Well, I think I need to hit some kind of heat off this rabbit's foot. Because like I can play it. I didn't get the test in the Mythos phase, unfortunately. Is there any test I could make in the Mythos phase? There's nothing weird that I could do like in a bizarre way, right?
Now, you could have spent your extra action on a test.
But it has to be at the start of the new round. Because it would trigger get the 4 actions there. If I could find a way to fail and still get a clue, I don't know if that exists in here. I mean, did I get all of my? Oh man, there's 1 look what I found in the discard pile. I presume this deck has 2. Fail a skill test, get 2 clues, wins us the game right here.
Well, you may as well attempt to investigate.
Yeah.
And if you fail it, even without using this thing,
You get the rabbit's foot.
You rabbit's foot and see if you get it.
Yeah.
1 out of 3.
This has got to be a good chance, right?
It's the best I can see.
It's got to be possible.
Wouldn't that be amazing?
It would be pretty amazing.
I would lose my mind if that's on the top of your deck.
All right, first action, or second action, I think I go ahead and use the key ring. Because it's only going to remove if I fail. So I go to a 1 to a 2. Although there's no winning there.
You want to fail, right?
Yeah.
So you just do a regular investigate.
Regular investigate, fail. So this is my second action, so it would essentially, I would have 2 actions after that.
Yeah.
Let's say I fail, I rabbit's foot into look what I found. I gain 2 clues, and then I still have 2 actions left. I get 2 cracks at that test. Let's say I succeed here on a raw test.
You try again, and you fail that one, draw the card, you need to have 1 action
and
left.
then get 2, yeah.
There are 2 in the deck, by the way.
Yeah. Now, the question is, if I draw as my second action, third action, take the test, fail it, get a second card, play look what I found, get an action, investigate for my last action. So basically the chances of getting...
Couldn't you take the first test anyway?
Yes.
And even if you can always draw a second.
Well, so this is my second action. So if I take the second action and don't fail, I get a clue. If my third action is draw, turns over. So right now, second action draw, third action test, fail, get 2 clues, get a new action. So the question really is, do you bet on look what I found or not? That's the only chance of success.
Do you have an option that lets
Second action, drawn to look what I found. Third action, fail, play it. Then last action would be to grab that last clue.
But you have to fail on one of them anyway.
One of those tests has to fail.
Well, actually, you should draw first.
I think so.
Because if you don't draw first, you have to fail twice. Because look what I found, you have to fail, right?
Right.
So you actually are taking 2
Correct.
chances of actually getting a good result. So I think
that's
you
right.
draw, hope to get it. If you don't, then you have to fail twice anyway. Isn't that funny?
I think that's correct. The math says yes.
Yeah.
Because then the one failure is correct. The one failure is all you need.
You want to fail once, yeah.
First action. Oh my God.
Oh my goodness, it's there. Hot diggity dang. Oh.
All right, so last
I even put on that Southern accent.
action I need.
Hot diggity dang. That's gonna stick around. Now you just investigate normal,
And you fail,
and you
right?
need to fail.
So the only thing that succeeds here is the +1. Because I can make the superstar an auto fail. That's her ability.
Great. There's 1 token.
There's 2 tokens.
What's the other token?
There's 2 +1s in there. Is there not?
There's just 1.
Just 1.
Just 1.
Okay. But it's got to be by 2 or less. So if I get a -3, that's not failing by 2 or less. No, yeah, it is. No, it's not.
Let's think about this.
0 to 3.
You gotta token this, man.
Yeah, I would love to play Will to Survive here. That would be excellent.
Your
but
best chance at failure is just a raw test, right?
I think so, but I got to thread the needle. I've got to
'Cause-
fail.
Because
I'm failing by 1 right now.
yeah, and you need to fail by 2 or less.
Mm-hmm.
So let's think about the math real quick.
Because I could make it a -2. I could be a 2 to a 1,
Ahead by 1.
which means a -1 fails, which means a -1 is bad for us. A -2 is bad for us. And then everything else is look what I found territory.
Right now, skulls and tablets are both -1. So if you're down by 1, you were
We
good.
don't have any tablets though, so skulls
so
are
skulls-
-1. Yeah.
And then there's 2 zeros that would work.
That's true. I could not play the key ring because there's no point in playing the key ring.
Agreed. There's
given
no
our
reason
plan.
to play a key ring.
Okay,
now you get 2 shots.
Our plan
at it.
makes no sense. So we start the turn, draw, into look what I found. Right.
Yeah.
Right. Correct.
And now you get
Chat, you got it. Don't
two
play the
shots.
keyring. Vitek, you're correct.
2 shots at it.
Okay.
And I think it's just a raw shot now.
Because we discovered the look what I found play in the midst after we had kind of gotten our.
So now you get 2 pulls.
So draw look what I found, and I need to fail by 2. Now, is there any funny business here?
Do you have any cards to commit to it?
So if I commit, yes. If I commit the key ring,
because right now
it's a 3 to a 3, which means that a 0 is bad and a +1 is bad, but everything else is good. Everything else is game win.
That's 3. But if you don't commit, then there's way more tokens that fail you.
If I don't commit, -3 and beyond is I can't look what I found because I'm failing by 3 rather than 2.
But even if you commit one, you're at 3. A -3 puts you at 0 to 3.
That's correct.
So it's still bad.
It's still bad. Yeah.
So
still bad.
a +1 just means that the -1s or the -2s still get you. That's what it does.
Yeah. The -2s would not be good for
But
me.
you're sacrificing the 0s.
How many 0s? How many -2s?
Same number, 2 and 2, I think. Yeah.
I can get that last clue. Oh no, you're right. I won't have the cash. Oh no, wait, I get the 1 back from the keyring. So I will have the cash, because then I'll play Raven and ditch it to discover a clue.
So here's the real rub. The -4 is bad no matter what we do. These are -3s, so those are bad no matter what we do, right?
Yeah, that's all bad.
-3 is also bad no matter what we do. This is great for us. The -1s, these may as well be in the -1 stack. So right now you're down by 1.
I'm down by 1, yes.
So if you add a card, these are good for us, but then these turn bad for us. If you don't add a card, these are good for us. That's bad for us.
So these are always good, right? No matter what we do,
So is this.
these are always succeeding.
And these are always bad for us.
Yeah, anything that's above and beyond my, so
Now-
these are always bad.
Yeah, if you don't put a card in, these become good.
This is also always bad.
Yes. If you don't put a card in, these are good. If you do put a card in, these are good. So it's the same odds either way.
Same odds either
And
way.
you get 2 shots at it, it's a little greater than 50%.
Yeah.
So really, it doesn't make sense to waste a card.
Oh, Tentacle isn't, yeah, that's right. And Tentacle would take me to -3, so it's always bad as well.
Okay, great.
So
But literally-
basically the 0, this is what we've got that's good.
It's right under 50%, but you get 2 shots at it.
2 shots at 50%. I fail, I get another card.
Now, the upside here, quick roundabout, if you commit a card, then these switch over into the fail zone, but also
0s actually get that last clue.
they actually get you a clue.
But I don't need that. I've got the Raven literally from hand to grab a clue.
Okay, great. Yeah, so
So
there's
that's-
no reason to waste a card. You just take 2 shots at it, roll the dice. Let's play some Arkham.
Let's play some Arkham.
Read them and weep, boys. Hot diggity dang. Don't you forget it either. I'm just shuffling them up for you. Getting the bag warm.
Gas
All right.
masks are -3, yes.
My friend, our fate is in your hands. Down by 1. 3 seconds on the clock.
He fades back.
3-pointer
Looking
from
for
half
0s,
court.
looking for -1s here. Looking for skulls. In fact, it has to be this test, because otherwise I don't get the Raven play. No, I've got the extra action from failing. That's right.
You drew. You have 2 actions left.
Yeah. -3. Grab a card. Okay. Doesn't matter. Gain an extra action.
You failed.
2 actions, but I didn't fail by 3 or more,
That's right.
or 2 or less. 2 draws remain. I've got to hit this one. Come on, Arkham. Come on, Arkham. -3. It's so bad.
You got to give yourself a shot. So you have one action left?
I hate it so much. All right, hold on. Let me see if there's any way out of this. I think I probably have to try that again.
Well, if you try it again with clues, can you Raven next round and get the clue even though I'm gone?
Yes, but it would be, I might, the real, so if you move, do they move with you?
I think if I die, they don't.
Anthony, I don't think adding the icon wouldn't have helped there because it would have been -3 to my 3. So we still would have been at 0.
Oh yeah, there is no next round.
Oh yeah. So how do you get a clue?
Well, you still have to get the 2.
Let's just assume that that happens. You can take none damage. There's nothing there. There's nothing there.
Because as soon as I attempt to do something, they attack me.
Mm-hmm.
Not necessarily.
What are you working with? I'm still curious about the odds. Hold on a second. Hold on. Before we admit defeat here, our instincts may have been correct. So if that's a 1 shroud, then see that's why the old keyring makes sense. So if that's a 1 shroud, then every token except for -1 and up is bad for us. -2 and below is good for us. Is that better? Is that more tokens? -2.
Because if it's out of 1 and you get a -3, it goes to 0, and you still fail by the
You still fail by 2 or less, yeah. Because I'd be at 2 to a 1. So a -1, a 0, a +1 would be successes. And that would get me that extra action. But I wouldn't have the money for the Raven. So then I'd have to hit the, no, I think that's right though. I think that's better odds. Let's look at the odds on this, on the odds-o-meter. I'm not admitting defeat on this yet, because I think it was ultimately there. So, if nothing else, it's just an exercise in interesting.
So if you play the key,
let's get rid of this. This was drawn from the rabbit's foot. So, first action I draw into look what I found. Second action I play the old keyring.
Mm-hmm.
Then third action, if I'm -2 on the shroud, it's a 2 to a 1.
1 shroud.
So 0 is bad, a -1 is bad, skulls are bad, +1, -1. So is that still the same odds?
So that's better.
It's better odds, is it not? So then what would have to happen?
Well, it's 8 out of 15 once though.
But if you hit it, and you hit the fail, then you come in with a +1, dump the Raven into the test, and it's a 3 to a 1 shroud. So then, what I need for any of those tests are these tokens on the second test. So that's interesting. So you basically, if you have 2...
Doesn't the Raven get you a clue auto?
Well, I can't though, because I wouldn't have the money. If I play the key ring, I pay 2 for look what I found, and then doesn't matter. So the question is, do you have an odds-o-meter? Do you have a calculator? Like, can you calculate that? I'd be super curious.
So if you leave it at a 3, right, and you're at 2, these work, right?
Mm-hmm.
This would fail you.
Yeah, succeed me.
This would all work, right?
1, yeah.
Because
1,
if
2,
you're down
3,
by 1,
yeah, yeah, 0. +1 we don't want.
that all
yeah.
works.
Mm-hmm.
So we gave ourselves 2 shots at this.
That's 7 out of what?
15.
7 out of 15.
Which is like 40. The odds of both missing are like 30%.
Okay. Get the abacus out. 7 out of 15. Okay. So if we play the key ring, then I'm looking at a 1 shroud,
Because it's
and I'm at a 2. So a -1 and better is not good. So these are all bad, 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 and those are all good.
so it's a 70% chance
So
that
that's 8 out of 15.
that one of them would have failed by what we needed it to fail by
Right.
on the first route. And then there's an 8 out of 15 chance, which is only a 53% chance of success. So it's literally 70% versus 53%.
Fair. Fair.
Now, the only thing that might make that weird is your ability to commit cards to the test. Because the minus shroud, if you can do the minus shroud, it's a 1. Even on an auto fail, you only fail by 1.
Right.
Because you go down to
Right.
0.
Right.
So, technically speaking, if you take it down to a 1,
If I could give myself just worse stats.
yeah, you need old Granny.
Oh my gosh.
Granny would have
yeah,
solved it.
Yeah. She died early. Real bummer too. Okay, so long story short, we've got 1 action left. Any weird things that we might be missing? Letting me play an asset, some kind of immediate thing that happens. I've got this in my hand. I've got look what I found play potentially, and we agreed that adding this to the test was not worthwhile. You just trade -2s for 0s. So let's say that this last test I hit. Look what I found. Gain 2 clues. We've got 1 clue sitting there, taunting us mercilessly.
I'm so close to being able to do it. Bedeviled doesn't help.
What is that? You can't use your stats?
Can't use these.
Can't use your lockpick.
So, like, I have a leather jacket in hand.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a fast 2 extra health.
Mm-hmm.
So I can almost do it. Because I could technically evade if I hit both of those, which is bad odds.
Mm-hmm.
And then I literally can fast action for 2 free health and take my investigate action here. But I can't use it because of bedeviled.
Mm-hmm.
So I have to take a raw 3 for 3. That's actually the best I can do. If you can get those 2 clues, I can maybe take a 3 to 3 to get the last clue.
Well. We just got to hit that. First thing we got to do is get 2 clues. And if we don't, we'll take a look at what would have happened. So I'm currently at 2. I'm looking for -1s, 0s, superstars,
etc.
skulls, etc.
Now, this might be where you actually drop a book in.
Why would it be now?
Because doesn't it turn...
Turns -2s into 0s or 0s into -2s.
Yeah, that's right, that's right.
Either direction. Should have dropped a book in. Doesn't work. Okay.
Does that trigger if I don't know. So I'll just do my thing.
No, it does not.
I'm going to evade Annette at 4 to 4.
Mm-hmm. I got some stuff for you. I'll give you a +1.
All right, 5 to 4. Failed. Game over.
Game over. Ah. It's so devastating.
PMK, we running out of clutch.
It's over.
All right, so Let's actually figure out how it's over.
Are you gonna die?
Is that what happens first?
Yeah, so enemies will do their thing. They'll kill you.
What happens to me? Do I choose how I die?
Yeah, probably.
Take a damage from the goat? Take a physical?
Yeah, you can take a physical trauma.
Physical trauma.
And then it'll doom out. Although I guess, I wonder, so hold on. If they, depending on the order they attack you, if there's some left over, they'll come to me. And then I think they'll keep attacking me. If I'm not mistaken. That's fine. Yeah, just take it, because I can take a bunch of health.
This advances?
So you just send the spawns on me. Yeah, sure.
Reincarnation, Agenda 2B. A column of lightning flashes in the sky, coupled with an ear-splitting clap of thunder that resounds throughout the woods. The earth trembles and the wind howls as it rushes all around you, intermingled with what sounds like the screaming and shrieking of somebody torn in anguish and misery. That is when the flute begins to play. Each surviving investigator is defeated and must search the collection for a random basic omen or curse weakness and add it to his or her deck. Each investigator who cannot suffers 1 mental trauma instead.
Random omen, what have yous?
Random omen or curse. First one you find, what up? And then we don't even proceed to a resolution.
There's no resolution. We go home, have a drink.
Right? It doesn't say to go to a resolution.
It probably does in the book. Ancient memories. Okay, I'm looking for like witch stuff. Curse. Haunted.
Yep.
I'm haunted. I am haunted by this. I'm haunted by this. Okay, what do we get?
Wait.
Maybe at the end of it. Keep rolling. Keep going one more. Should be right here.
If no resolution was reached because each investigator was defeated and it was Act 1, 2, or 3 when the scenario ended. It was Act 4.
It was Act 4.
If no resolution was reached because each investigator was defeated. Were we both defeated? Yeah.
No, I wasn't.
But didn't it say?
Does it say defeat everybody?
Is it defeated?
Okay, yeah, there you go.
Go to page 42. All right.
It's hard.
You collapse to the ground in exhaustion, your head swimming with otherworldly voices and the high-pitched piping of 100 discordant flutes. The sensation fades as the circle's leader approaches, her powerful form looming over you. We cannot allow the spell to fail. Take them to the edge of the woods and make sure we are not interrupted, she commands several of the other hooded women. They grab you by the arms and hoist you up, dragging you away from a central clearing. You try to resist, but your limbs are numb and sluggish, and the cacophony of sound and sensations assaulting your mind has turned your thoughts to sludge. Eventually, after what feels like hours, you are hurled to the ground, and weariness claims your consciousness. When you next awaken, it is by the side of Hangman's Brook, where a small child is shaking you vigorously by the shoulders. Get back here, don't touch them, the child's mother calls to the boy, and he recoils. Considering the state you're in, you wouldn't be surprised if she thought you some kind of rummy. You brush some of the caked dirt off your coat and rise begrudgingly to your feet, wandering toward Uptown. In your campaign log, record the witch's spell was cast.
I'm sure that's fine.
In your campaign log, under Mementos Discovered, record Mesmerizing Flute.
Mementos.
Each investigator earns 1 bonus experience as he or she gains insight into Arkham's mysterious past. Each investigator earns experience equal to the victory X value of each card in the victory display.
4? Should have got that clue.
1, 2, 3, 4, plus a bonus point. So we each get 5 experience.
XP.
And then the Arkham Chronicle, 4 missing whereabouts unknown. It's a article by Minnie.
It's all those goat people. I'll tell him it's the goats. If you want to know, here's your story.
Is this part of this scenario or scenario
Here's your scoop. It's part of the other one. Not until you get to that one.
Minnie, writing this article, Minnie Klein, Residents of French Hill are still in a tizzy after the sudden disappearance of several guests and house staff from the home of Mr. Joseph Miger during the night of the annual Silver Twilight Charity Gala last Sunday. That was the thing we played.
If you remember.
We are absolutely baffled as to how this could have happened, said Mr. Miger the day after the disappearances. That said, we're not confident that Sheriff Ingle and the Arkham police will do their due diligence in finding the missing persons. There's still no evidence whatsoever as to the whereabouts of Miss Gabriella, Mr. Jerome, Mr. Valentino, and Miss Penny White, all of whom vanished halfway through the event and have not been seen since. The police are offering a substantial reward for any person or persons who come forward with information related to these disappearances. When asked whether the police were considering the case a homicide, Sheriff Ingle had this to say: "There's no reason to suspect foul play is involved just yet. However, given the circumstances, we have to consider every possibility. No other attendees have come forward with statements concerning the gala, which seemed to finish without a hitch despite the disappearances. So far, none of the prominent members of the Silver Twilight Lodge have expressed any concern about the lodge's upcoming benefit dinner, which was recently moved to the same location.
Hope they're serving goat.
Joseph Miger's estate is in the French Hill. I am certain that this event will be a smashing success," Mr. Miger told Arkham Advertiser in an interview yesterday. "There's no reason for the fair residents of Arkham to worry. ...
Huh. Wasn't that interesting?
We got dunked on.
I want to kill these witches.
We get to upgrade our decks,
Let's
though.
look at these
Let's see
upgrade
what cards they blessed us with.
So they gave me a lot of hit point cards. Not bad. Upgraded Derringer has 3 shots. Choose whether you get an additional +1. That's not an awful upgrade. Oh, Test of Will upgraded is way better. Level 2 Test of Will. You throw that one up there, Brian. You know what? Look at these. Upgraded, look what I found. Fail by 3 or less. Isn't that just
That's
fitting?
a better card. You gonna take it?
No. Definitely not worth 4 experience.
Granny Orne's the one, right?
Yeah, I mean, I think she gets great, right? Oh my gosh. +1, yeah. So one of those for sure. One Granny Orne level 3.
What's the difference?
She gives you an addition. She gives you +1 to your book, and then if you fail a skill test, exhaust and get +1 or -1. It's incredible. Yeah. That's insane. Lucky. Why is there no Lucky in this deck? They gave me the upgraded Lucky, but not the good one. Dang.
There's not the basic Lucky?
Not the basic Lucky in there. I feel like ooh, Chainsaw looks nice.
Not so lucky.
Level 4 Chainsaw. Spend 1 supply of 3, +2 and 2 damage. If it fails, place a supply on Chainsaw or deal 1 damage to the attacked enemy. The survivor weapons seem to be like, if you fail, you don't lose your charges, which is unbelievably good.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like no risk, right?
Quick Learner, 4 experience asset, permanent, which I always am into. During or before your first action of each of your turns, each skill test gets +1 difficulty, or during or after your third action of each of your turns, each skill test you perform gets -1 difficulty. That's an always-on situation. It's not an or statement. So your first action is always +1 difficulty. Your last action is always -1 difficulty.
That's really good, because you want to fail early.
That would have been absolutely clutch in this one. I feel like I'm just getting... Deja Vu, permanent. In between 2 scenarios of a campaign, reduce the experience cost to repurchase up to 3 cards. Nah, I don't want exile cards. Get out of here. Okay, what are your cards looking like? I'm going to go sit over here and look at these for a second.
Some Anthony saying that he thinks he'd almost never play level 0 Lucky
What?
over level 1 Lucky. I'm going to read my cards. That's a statement I think.
Yeah. The big Lucky is probably not as good as the less fortunate one.
Liquid Courage, 1 experience, 4 supplies. So get some whiskey in here. You can spend a supply, choose to investigate your location to heal a horror. Then that investigator tests 2 brain. If they succeed, draw a card. If they fail, heal an additional horror and discard a card at random from their hand.
That's way better than it used to be.
The upgraded Mauser, 5 ammo still, +2 now instead of +1 on the fight. Still does +1 damage. Succeed by 2 or more, either ready it or gain a resource. If you succeed by 4 or more, do both. Ready it and gain a resource if you succeed by 4 or more.
That's pretty good.
Daring Maneuver, fast, play only when you succeed at a skill test. You get +3 skill value for this test. Draw a card.
Mm-hmm. So if you need to succeed by a bunch,
A certain amount, you get to replace it, yeah. Also, the 2 experience Cheap Shot. It adds your foot stat to your attack. If you succeed by 1 or more, automatically evade the enemy. If you succeed by 3 or more, you return it to your hand. Upgraded Slip Away. Add your book value to the evasion attempt. If you succeed by 1 or more and the evaded enemy is non-elite, it does not ready during the next upkeep phase. If you succeed by 3 or more, return it to your hand.
Okay, these are, I get what they're doing here.
Manual Dexterity, skill test, +3 if you succeed, draw a card or 2 instead of by 2 or more. That's a good one.
All good. You got a lot of cards that draw cards. I feel like you don't need card draw in this one.
Upgraded Lucky Cigarette Case. I mean, the thing about it is you have to be able to skill test a lot, by a lot. So
yeah,
I
so
get
like, and especially if you got Daring Maneuvers would pull in those manual dexterities to stuff. That's fair.
Lucky Cigarette Case, 3 XP. After you succeed a skill test by 1 or more, exhaust it. Search the top X cards of your deck to draw it, where X is the number you succeeded by instead of drawing.
That's so good.
We also got Sharpshooter. This looks new. It's an asset, 3 experience. When you use a fight ability on a firearm, exhaust Sharpshooter. Choose one or both. The attack uses foot instead of physical. All modifiers to your physical modify your foot instead. Use the attacked enemy's evade value for this attack instead of their fight value.
That can be really good.
We also got the...
Let me see that one.
Yep.
I need to ingest that. Choose one or both. What's your foot, a 5?
Yeah.
Versus a 3?
Yeah.
So you can basically get +2, and then all modifiers to your attack modifier. Yeah. Man, this is a great card.
Yeah.
That's crazy value.
We also got a 3 experience Pilfer. That's that crazy card where you use your foot instead of your Investigate. If you succeed, discover 2 additional clues. If you see by 2 or more, return it to your hand. That's
too expensive.
It's too expensive for that to be the thing. 3 experience Backstab. Attack uses foot instead of physical. Deals +2 damage. If you see by 2 or more, return it to your hand.
So it's a 3 damage, 5 test, basically. And
Yeah.
then if you succeed a lot, you get it back. 3 damage on a hand is pretty dang good.
It's an important number.
Hard for me to deny that.
We also get a 3 experience Copycat. After you commit Copycat to a skill test, search your discard pile for another Investigator. Search the discard pile of another Investigator for a skill you can commit to this test and commit it. After this ends, place the card on the bottom of the owner's deck. Do you have any skill? What's your skill in there?
Ooh, actually, all the Stella's rain or snow. Take heart. If you fail, you get a bunch of stuff. Man, getting neither rain or snow into your test is hilariously good sometimes. +3 or it's no fail problems. There's 3 of those in here.
Nice.
Yeah. So that's not bad.
Not bad at all. Next, we get the 4 experience Beretta M1918.
That's a goat slayer.
Uses 4 ammo. Exhaust it and spend an ammo. You get +4 attack and deal +1 damage. If you succeed by 2 or more, either ready it or deal an additional damage. If you succeeded by 4 or more, do both.
Wow. How many charges on that? 4? We need reload cards in here.
Chuck Fergus, O'Bannon's
Turn you
driver.
off.
Yeah, 5 experience, 3 cost. When you play a tactic or trick event, exhaust him. Choose 2. It gains fast. Costs 2 less to play. You get +2 for the skill value while performing a skill test during the resolution of that event.
He's obviously great. I feel like you're going to need a bigger card pool to make him work well, because you're going to want to min-max the heck out of that ability. Do we get to take Charisma? That's like a given, right? You gotta take Charisma. Are they not giving us Charisma anymore?
I only have 2 allies, so it's not super relevant for me.
Huh.
He makes my pilfers cost 2 and
I know,
gain fast.
that's crazy. A fast pilfer for 2? It's insane.
I'm gonna get all my tricks and
I'm gonna go hit the bathroom.
Yeah.
After seeing all these new cards. I'm definitely taking Quick Learner. It's too good in Stella.
So it's basically slip away, cheap shot, and pilfer are the tricks. See if I have any more in the card pool. It doesn't look like it. So that's a lane. I think there's the upgrade all of these cards lane. Let me look. Yeah, I think Steven has all the upgrade cards out. Someone asking in chat. Yeah, because it's a tactic. Backstab. Is backstab non-experience in my deck? I don't think so. I don't remember seeing it. Okay. And then I feel like there's basically the asset play. Let me look. Copycat seems good.
What a merciless bag.
It was really
I've
painful.
never seen a more moody bag.
So, I think...
I can't believe I don't have the base Lucky in here. Man, Lucky's so good. It's the best card in Arkham.
It's really good.
Okay, so me? It's got to be a quick learner.
If we play by the rules, right, of 30 to 40 experience, thinking about our upgrade path.
Yeah, I don't need the rules.
So 5, 10, 20. I think there's literally a Chuck Fergus path for me.
There's a Chuck path, yeah.
Which is I'm looking to get him and upgrade all my tactics and tricks. And then I think there is a just fundamentals path here.
Ye old fundies.
Where it's like, get all of my... Now, is there a copycat in me of dexterity in my deck already?
I probably have to upgrade Granny first. I probably have to do Granny and a 2-cost. To get a better gun.
There's not.
I feel like I should take Look What I Found just because the game hated me.
So much on it?
Mm-hmm. Let's see, 2-pip Unexpected Courage. So if you go the commit skills
The
path,
copycat?
that changes me as
Yeah.
well. I'll go Unexpected Courage.
I mean, I think because of how Winnie plays, I have to commit skill cards.
Mm-hmm.
So the more skill cards you have to commit, the better for me.
Yeah, and like literally my 3 best cards. Neither
Yeah.
rain nor snow.
I definitely think I'm getting a copycat.
Let's go
here.
copycat. Okay, then I'll go 1 Unexpected Courage and a Granny. Granny Orn. Unexpected Courage level 2, and Granny Orn will be my 5. Too bad I have to replace. I just want like 7 Granny Orns in here. I need you to work. Okay. Now, what do we do? Here, I'm going to drop an Oops, because that card is garbage. It always has been and always will be. The updated one is okay. Oops. The chances that there's 2 enemies at your location who fail a skill test by 2 or less and you're dealing enough damage for it to matter. Come on. Arkham. I swear. Upgrade a Granny. Copycat, how much is that? So you got 2 left?
Yeah.
That's a good place to be. 2 is usually a fun spread. You just go in on skill cards?
I mean, I think that's where I start. I think I'm going to end up with double copycat. The thing about it is, like, as an example, the skill cards that I can add here, I would love to be able to add, like, if you're deck building with those neutral skill cards.
Oh my gosh.
But it's like one's 3 foot, which is only so important to me.
Unless you got that card that lets you use foots for fists.
I have cards that do that and foots for investigates. But, and this is actually only like...
It's the fastest detective in the West.
Play when you would succeed for +3 in a card.
Yeah.
So that's medium.
Because that can't even be committed with your play a card, search your deck, and then what do you call it? Daring maneuver. What's the other one?
Oh,
press your luck or whatever.
Yeah, it's the
fly a plane.
I don't care about the Daredevil.
So Daredevil wouldn't bring daring maneuver in because it can't be committed to the test because it's not successful yet.
Yeah.
So that's a waste of time for you.
Yeah. Now copycat's fine.
Copycat's great.
I got to get 2 copycats. But then the real lane is either I go Chuck Fergus and upgrade all my tricks and tactics, or I go Lucky Cigarette Case, upgrade one of my weapons, get into Sharpshooter, that path. And I don't have to make that choice yet. I think I'm just going to save my 2 XP.
Whoa. You're a real wild guy there.
Well, it's like what I really want.
I'd consider taking a cheap shot if I were you.
I have basic cheap shots.
Do you?
Yeah.
They just do 2 damage instead of 3 and they don't go back to hand?
The basic cheap shot is use your foot instead, and if you succeed by 2 or more, you evade the enemy. This is your foot instead. If you succeed by 1 or more, evade the enemy. If you succeed by 3 or more, return it to your hand. So it's really not that...
It's better, but...
that much better. I would rather know I'm going to get the other copycat next game and then really lean into whichever way I'm going to go. Because the first thing I would actually grab from this pile would be Chuck.
Yeah.
Because I already have these 3 in my deck. They're just not the experienced version.
Do you want to go Chuck instead of Copycat? Do you think leave Copycats? It's pretty thematic.
I think Copycat is the most valuable.
Okay.
Because you have such good skill cards for me to grab.
Yeah, I'll just see it, make sure I can get one. Does it go back to my discard pile after that?
Bottom of your deck. So I can load the bottom of your deck.
That's good too,
if I have 2 of those,
actually.
if the bottom of your deck is literally 2 of those cards.
It's good to know.
Yeah.
Very good to know. Okay. And so then I'll have Unexpected Courage and the other one for you, as well as the, what's that, Take Heart, which actually maybe would be valuable. I don't know. There's a world where you might actually use that. The other thing we got to keep in mind here, though, is like Copycat is less good because we can't deck build to it.
Yeah, but
you don't have any other skill cards to add after that.
Well, this is just a skill card that grabs one of your skill cards.
Yeah, it gives you +1 too, but you add 1 more Copycat and then maybe the manual dexterities. But like you can't add, I can't even add skill cards that would be good with your Copycat.
Yeah, but you have 5, right?
I will have 5. Yeah, I have 4 right now. Take Heart is going to be questionable because you have to fail the test for it to trigger. So you would have to play the Copycat into a test that you wanted to fail and then get 2 cards and get 2 money. There's going to be one time in this scenario, in this campaign, that's going to be exactly what you want to do.
Well, the main thing is Copycat, if I play it and get another skill card, it's going to trigger Winnie's if I have 2 or more cards committed to this.
Right.
So, like, at worst, it's just triggering that off of a single card. And it's another skill test for me to hit off of.
That's fair. All right, let's go. Let's do it.
I have to see which card I'm dropping for it.
Yeah, I took Oops out and upgraded Granny. And this Cherished Keepsake is cool, but you can't replace the Rabbit's Foot. There's just there's no world where that's right. Right? There's no world where that's right.
This stays.
Boy, there are some stinkers in here. Mainly good, though. I can't stand these like scrapper style cards. Where do you get all the time and money for that?
Right?
You don't. You don't. That's the answer. You just don't.
How do we feel about Streetwise?
It's the same thing. I mean, yours is actually much better because it comes in for 0. And then, so you only waste 1 action. And then if you need it once or twice, it's ultimately a fine value. But if you're going to run those kinds of cards, we just need more money.
I think that's the card that's got to go.
With you having so much card draw, I feel like Streetwise is less good because you're basically going to be using cards as skills to pump your test rather than money. Because like you don't really have any way to gain cash, do you?
No.
Is anything fancy?
That's the problem.
There's no cash in this deck.
None.
Anything at all. Nothing.
None. Well, no, this is the card that gains cash. 0 cost event, gain 2.
Yeah. That's
Which
the
is why
only
it's-
thing you've got.
That's literally it,
And that's not even that good.
which is not great. But Slip Away is the card I think is going. It costs 2. It adds my book to my foot test,
Mm-hmm. What's your book? 3?
3. But I'm already at a 5. If I succeed by 2 or more and the evaded enemy is non-elite, it doesn't ready. But like I'm never going to spend 2 on that.
But when are you ever going to play Streetwise? You're not going to have that kind of cash. You got no money.
I would put a
The
0
poorest
cost
rogue in the
asset into
book.
play before I'm going to play that thing.
Poorest rogue in the book. Yeah, maybe that's true.
These are the bottom 4 for me, and they commit the same stats.
There's going to be at least one moment where Slip Away is exactly what you need, probably. A big evade, like, right? Where it's like, I need +3 this test right now.
But like, are there also going to be times when we just have to have a 5 book to actually get clues off?
I don't think so. Not when you also have 2 money. You're going to be so poor.
To be fair though, so Streetwise,
Or drop 1 Streetwise.
that's what I'm saying.
You'll
I
need
need one
one, right?
slot.
Yeah.
But if Streetwise, for the same 2 that I would spend on Slip Away, I can get +2 instead of +3.
Mm-hmm. But then you got to... I mean, if we could have had a Witch not ready twice, that probably would have been significant. Or a Goat Man, or whatever. I don't know. It's tough. They're both okay.
I'm going to get rid of 1 Streetwise.
I wish you had a way to get money.
I also wish I had a way to get money. We're going to put in 3 experienced copycat in place of a Streetwise.
Yeah.
I might keep a Streetwise around. Did it.
All right, let's go. All right, everybody. Hey, let's zoom out here. Arkham, my gosh, what an experience.
That was rough.
Yeah. What a way to go on vacation. I'm going to have to think about that while I'm hiking.
Your doom and gloom.
I won't think
You
about
won't
it.
think about that at all.
Not at all.
Not one time.
Not even
What
once.
you will think about is how many awesome people were here with us.
That's right, all of you. Hey, thank you so much for watching. We've, of course, if you'd like to hear about all of our products and services, we'll tell you about them. Most notably is the subscriptions. And you guys have been blowing us up on subscriptions and products, and that is amazing. It really reinforces what we're doing, what we're about, and that people are finding value in the things that we're doing. So we love it. We hope you guys love it. Innsmouth is coming up. We just charged for that last week.
Yeah.
It's hitting next Friday. Zach's going to be unboxing it. And we're going to keep going. I think we're going to keep doing this. I don't know when this ends. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know.
Maybe never.
Maybe never.
Or maybe we'll catch up and decide we're done.
Yeah, it won't happen.
Unlikely.
Not
All
when
right,
we
hey.
can hate this game more
All
than
the
we already
angst.
do.
Yeah. I don't hate it. I just angst it. Anyways.
Yeah, I like it. It's kind of a cathartic thing. I get to express it's an outlet for my dissatisfaction with a lot of things.
Someone said life is suffering. Something like that.
Yeah, somebody said that. Some
Some
Buddha.
philosopher.
Some
Anyways,
bodhisattva.
we're happy to have you. Hopefully you guys have a great weekend. I'll be back next week flying solo the whole week. Friday I'm going to be unboxing Innsmouth like Steven said. Interested to do that. That'll be fun. I'm excited to see a bunch of new cards. But we'll be back the week after that with the next scenario in this cycle, and hopefully you'll be there.
Take care, everybody.
Stay safe.
Have a great weekend.